Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hey, everybody. This is Don and Angie, and with us today is Kina sitting over there.
Hey guys.
Hey, Kina. Kina's usually on the back, on behind the scenes, but right now she is here with us.
Let's chit
Exactly. What
chat a
what what
little
do we owe
bit.
this honor, Keena?
Nothing. I just want to chit chat with y'all while the chat is filling up and I'm trying to get the list together. I just want to say hi.
All right.
I forgot I was live. I was trying to put my rubber band in my mouth.
Hi, GP.
So, Kina, how's your week been so far?
So far so good. Ups and downs, but I recognize the season I'm in, so I'm not too worried.
There you go. How about you, Angie? Anything exciting?
Today, yes, the lady who was giving me all the trouble last week, who just wanted me to work on her contract, who would not let it go, who irritated the life out of my
Oh
soul, and we had to get
yeah.
this done in like record time. Today, she sent me some more Blue Rewards points, which equals another $200 gift card.
Hell yeah.
I'm with it. So surprise, more money, more money, more money. So
I like
Cha-ching.
it.
I'm with it. Every time I get the money, I'm with it. With it, with it,
You
with
gotta
it.
take me out one day because listen, I'll be on the phone with her when she cussing them people out. So
Oh,
I got
praise
something
him.
to
Just
listen.
speaking in tongues and everything else, just cannot deal with it.
Lord have mercy. Hey, everybody, as y'all pop in, just a reminder, let's hit those buttons. And can you believe we are so close to Thanksgiving?
I
I'm
am. I'm
so
ready.
excited, Don. Like super, 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 super excited. I'm so ready. I've been walking every day so that I can fit into my Thanksgiving thing.
Not only that, but we're doing Thanksgiving and putting the feedback on, and then we're doing the party here, which is going to be on Saturday for the psychic group. And so we are probably going to eat too much there
Psychic
too.
Palooza, psychic. I'm
I'm
so
so
happy.
excited.
Yeah, it's interesting too because Linda was talking today. JoJo's going to bring tiramisu, but Linda's going to bring bread pudding. So we're
Ooh.
getting two desserts.
I've never had bread pudding, but I want to try it.
Oh, it's Ed. It's one of Ed's favorites. He loves it. And by the way, everybody, Angie and I and Kina are sending our Thanksgiving wishes. Love, light, and blessings to everybody from the three of us. We appreciate all the time you guys give us by coming and joining us and watching us. And so we wanted to make sure we did that for you guys and reminding you happy Thanksgiving. Make it a
And I
great
have
one.
my little wand all over my cards so it can clear all the energy because
Oh,
it's been a rough week. A rough week. Technology was Don. I think I went on like with you and Susan this morning. I was like, okay, this one was 11 minutes. This one was 46 seconds. This it was just all over the place. And I was just like, what is going on? Why is it going on? And it
yeah.
finally kicked in. But I was like, I'm trying to follow everybody, like, where they go? Where they coming back? And you was like, did we leave? You left us.
Yeah, I know we started off under my thing, and then when we tried to transfer over, everything went haywire, and it was like, oh, geez.
Exactly.
And then up and down, and we were just chatting away, and all. I said, I don't think we're live anymore. I think that's why it's a funny thing. I said I think they left us because the chat just stopped, and I'm like, okay, that's not a good sign.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness! Hello, GP, Terry T, Jocelyn, Julie. Nice to see
T,
you guys in.
Rose Flower,
Yes,
Deborah
pumpkin
Elder. Oh my gosh, so many people. Yay. Bam.
Robin Harris. Oh, geez, yeah. Thanks everybody for popping in. Brenda, good evening, Brenda. Nice to see you in. Nice to see everybody in. Pam F, nice, nice, nice. Pam says, yeah, it was a crazy this morning. It was indeed. It was indeed. Wow,
But
Yeah, it
that's
I
was
don't
good
think
energy. It was good energy.
the crazy thing is I keep thinking it might be Mercury retrograde, but I don't think it
I think it's
starts for
Mars
another couple of
retrograde
weeks.
somebody was talking
I was gonna
about.
say Mars is a communication planet as well, I believe, or it's in Gemini, which is communication. So I think that's another thing too, because I'm like,
mhm.
what is going on?
Yeah, I
High
don't know.
fire, magic, and high pumpkin soul. I like anything pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we had interesting readings today. It was good, and last night class was really good. We did annual readings. We just decided to do annual readings, and it was long.
It was intense. I was
Our
drained
group is
afterwards.
too talkative for that. Like we just go on and on and on. I'm surprised it didn't take y'all 5 hours.
No, it
Because
took
I
3
think I
though.
talked to Crystal afterward, and I was like, "How did I say it?" So did it? I said, "Well, how did y'all do it? Did y'all go like this person give you all 12? Did you give feedback, and then this person?" She said, "No. Whoever was being read, the other three would be like, okay, this is your January, this is your February, this is your March." And then Keena said they did it a little different too, but I was like, "Oh my
We
God,
did
that's
ours a
hard."
little bit like that, but then we ended up having to do it by quarter because one of the readers kept getting it more of a story. So then we kind of was like, okay, well, you do your 3 cards and then the next person. But it was pretty much similar, but we tried to run as we could, like however the information was coming. But yeah.
What I tried to do was I went through one person all through the months. But what I did,
And
what I
that's what I
chose,
thought everybody else was gonna do.
yeah, what I did is I did all mine and then somebody and somebody. But the one thing I tried to do is with one card, just to kind of get a general feel what the month would, and then anything else I got from that card. And then other people were actually drawing large amounts of cards per month, and I'm like, Lord, we'll never get through this. But actually, we got through it. It was just long, and everybody was patient. They went through it. It was nice.
We did pretty good too with only one card, I think, because sometimes it would be like 1 or 2. But we didn't. That's what we did. Actually, we stretched ourselves a lot. I know Amber definitely did because she like I really want to pull a clarifying card, but she really stretched herself to try to get what the message was in that one
Mhm.
card. So that was really good.
Super, super. And Roseflower there says, Angie, last week you said ants walk in with money, and you were right. I spent a bit much.
I saw ants. I saw little ants, and they had coins on the top of their head, and they were walking away. And I said, "You're gonna have an unexpected expense or something." And I mean, I hope you spent it on good stuff like clothes and shoes and food. And it's boot season, people. I hope you bought some boots.
Yeah. And if you're looking to spend money on somebody, let me know. I'll send you my list.
Listen, Don, let me tell you, people don't understand the magic of a list. When somebody be like, "What you want?" Hold on, let me send you a list. I got links. I got lists. I give you a nice array of things that I want from this amount all the way up to this amount, so you can pick and choose. Like I'm not, selfish. I give you a nice a range of lists from low all the way to high, so you can pick and choose what you want or what's in your budget. Always keep a list. I beat that into my niece so bad that when she gave me her birthday list this year, I was so proud of her. I said, "Oh my gosh, look at your list. It's all kinds of stuff on there." Because I used to be like, "What you want for Christmas?" She's like, "I don't know." I said, "Anytime somebody asks you what you want, you should have a top 5 immediately." Boom, boom, boom. I said, "You asked me for 5 things. Depending upon how I know you, I have a list. I have a top 5 work list. I have a top 5 romantic person list. I have a top 5 friends and family list. These are the top 5 things I want to give you. I want you to buy me."
My daughter
Oh, and I
just
want
gave
to give a
me.
special shout out to my niece Aaliyah because she won the spelling bee today and she's advancing to whatever the next level is.
Oh,
So I think
congratulations.
this was the school level or the classroom level, and so they said she's going to the next level. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" So I'm happy that she won that.
Oh, congratulations.
My daughter finally gave me her Christmas list, but she also just got tickets to the Taylor Swift concert, so that's out of there.
Did you
Hey,
hear
they
that?
weren't that bad. The prices weren't that bad, Don.
I heard that. But I heard that she broke the internet because when they
Yep.
posted her tickets, the whole internet. Burn.
It was a process. I think the idea is really good. The concept. So what they did was when she announced the tour, you had to go and you had to sign up to become a verified fan. So you had to have an email address and something else. And what they did was a couple days before they went on sale for pre-sale, then they sent you a code to be able to enter the pre-sale because they're trying to prevent the bots from buying them all up. So you had to be a verified fan. So you had to have like an email address and an
I like
account.
Taylor because she's very fair like that. She likes to make it, fair for people. So she does a lot to make sure that you're not taking advantage of. And I do
it
like
wasn't
her.
bad. It was a little bit, but Kamora was on top of it. Like I really wanted it to be a
Keena
Christmas
Penn,
gift.
Terry T, last comment.
Hold on. This one?
Yes.
Oh.
We were talking about lists. He talking about he wanted to hear my list for my romantic person.
He so like what it was, what it was at the time, I think she could log in at 10 a.m. So I had to get the code. And once I got to the room, it put me in another line. And then it started letting people then it would start showing you which seats was available, and then you can start picking that way. But they were trying to do it, and I'm sure it was bogged down. But I think that it was a good idea to do that. Like, you
Oh my
had
gosh,
to
that sounds like
come
such a
before.
long process, but at least you don't get,
Yep.
one bot buying up 500 tickets and then
Yep.
trying to sell them at triple
And
the
then-
price.
and
So
then-
I always like her.
Yeah, and then even with the code itself, you can only buy 6 tickets. So if I was buying them, I would have only been able to buy 6 for my
Oh, that's
one
good
code.
too. I like
So,
that. I think more
it was
people should
cool.
do that. It's a shame that you have to do that, but it's a
Yeah.
good idea to keep people from
It definitely
So
is.
you
taking
bought-
advantage of people like
So
that.
Kina, you bought tickets for Angie and I too?
No, I just got 2. I bought 2 tickets.
Okay,
And
well,
that
thank you so
covered-
much.
So whatever.
So when you and
I
Don, where's Kamora? Or you sending Don and Kamora?
bought 2 tickets. I told y'all should have let me know. I was in line.
Mhm.
But I asked Angie if she wanted to go, but it's the same weekend as Brandon's birthday. So I figured we'll probably be doing something for
And
him.
I knew
but-
Brandon wouldn't want to go. Like, I don't think that
I
he
knew
would care. But I
Brandon
do
would.
want. I think I want to take him on a trip this year. But his birthday's in March, so it's not really warm here, and it's not, necessarily warm in the
His
world. So I
birthday's on
don't
a
know.
Friday this year, so yeah, you can go somewhere.
Is that for spring? Does his birthday come around spring break, or does it
March.
always?
Well,
fall
okay, so
outside
it's
spring
St.
break?
Patrick's Day. So his birthday either in spring break or it's right when spring break starts. So he easily falls in that week
Yeah,
or right at the end of spring break.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Michael's used to fall close to, or no, I'm wrong. Michael's is graduation time, at the end of this year, in the school year. But I was thinking, we had a friend who had a kid who always fell during fall break, and Arizona is very unique that way because most school systems don't have fall breaks, but here we do. So we do fall and spring, and so they always got an extended fall break for that kid. So it was nice.
All right, so I'm actually
Kamora's is the last week of like that week of Memorial Day. So
yeah,
everybody's always gone. So Kina has to do her stuff 2 weeks before
yeah,
because school
Yeah.
is out when people are usually gone for the summer.
yeah. So I usually have to do hers like the last 2 weeks before school is out. Like I had to do it on Cinco de Mayo one year,
Mhm.
but her birthday isn't until the end of the month. But so that her friends can come because some of them ship off to grandmas and aunts and uncles or just family trips soon as school is out. So I always have to plan ahead like that.
Yeah. I was reading an article today from Restream, and they were kind of doing research on channels, and they wanted to know what people's creators' ideas were in reference to channels. And they asked, and this is a good question I'd like to ask everybody, and I'm going to ask everybody out there that is watching, give us your feedback too. The question from that was being proposed was, what drives you more to a channel? Is it the content or is it the personalities? Or
I think it's the personalities.
yeah, and I was wondering how everybody else thought about that same question because it's interesting. There's that can go so many ways. First of all, you may come for the content and then you stay for the personalities, whatever. If you guys out there have any opinions, let us know what your guys' thinking is. When you go to watch a channel, as you bounce around, because there's so many channels, as you guys know, what draws you initially, and then what keeps you coming back?
Well, I noticed on our Sunday live last week, like when it was high energy and we were laughing, our numbers were up. And then
Right.
as the energy kind of faded, people left. And then as we picked back up, people were coming back in and out. And I think it's a person, because I've been listening to somebody and they've had good content, but it was so dry. Their delivery was so dry. I was like, I can't watch this. I can't even get the message because it's so dry. And then I've had other people who are just so funny and just so, lively that you didn't even remember the message because it was just good entertainment. So I think people like to be entertained and they like when you're interactive with them, like, that you acknowledge them, that you talk to them. So I don't know what our people will say, but
Yeah.
to me, it's a nice personality. You can be talking about all kinds of stuff, but if you are dry and boring, I'm going to fall asleep or I'm going to tune out. Like I'm going to be listening, and then a few minutes later, I'm going to tune out.
And I think that's what the success of TikTok is TikTok is clear and concise into 1 minute. And so it's a splash and it's flash and they get your attention and then you move on. and you're like, okay, I could see more of this. But so yeah,
Terry T says those unboxing channels have lots of views. Really, people like for you to just open anything, just a box of a bowl of grapes, and you sitting there eating it. As long as you're funny, they don't care. Like even my mom has told me she's watched those mukbang videos where they're just sitting there eating those seafood boils, and it's just gross and everything. Keena says she watches them too. And they just watch it. You know, this person can be there for 45 minutes just eating, and they'll watch it. Some of the OnlyFans people, they be like, oh, I just, put on like, some lingerie and a robe, and you don't even got to be showing anything and just be cooking, and they'll watch you. Like, it's amazing what people will pay for. OnlyFans people are making like $5 million. I said $5 million a month. What?
Yeah. There's a guy, his name is Aldrich or something like that. Edridge or Aldrich, or anyway, he makes $1 million a month. $1 million a month, and he's on the different channels and as well as OnlyFans, and he has tattoos everywhere. But it's like, holy, $1 million a month.
I have noticed an uptick in people on Instagram saying such and such is offering subscriptions for exclusive content. Like a lot of people are now offering exclusive content. I don't need to know you that well. I'm not about to be paying to watch you put your makeup on or dig in your nose or comb your hair. I just don't need to know you that well.
Exactly. But people, it's amazing how people will do it. And they'll charge like $3.95 or $5.95 a month. And therefore you don't miss much. But you add that number up times many people. It's crazy.
Well, for one, when I initially heard of OnlyFans, I thought you just paid a monthly subscription. You got to see everybody. No, you have to pay per person. So if I want to subscribe, if you want to subscribe to my page and then your page, you have to subscribe to each one. And so those $4.95s add up over. And then some people are charging $25, $30, and
yeah, it's crazy.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Even for the stuff that they're on it, there's a lot of sites that'll give you that for free. So I've been told.
Absolutely. Lord have mercy. And Twitter is full of those sites, if you know what I'm saying. Because
my gosh, I was stunned. Somebody sent me a link one day, and I was like, "This is just live on Twitter. Like, there's no. Oh my gosh!"
I was shocked.
What's on there now? I could not imagine what was on Twitter. Yes. I was like, "There's just nobody's." Scanning content and being like, this is inappropriate. They like all that going there. I was like, oh, Twitter is a new beast on its own.
Yeah, no, I somebody sent something to me to look at on Twitter, and I clicked on it, and then after you look at something, they give you these options, and so you hit something else, and so I hit something else, and all of a sudden I went, what am I? What is this? I thought I went to like some porn site. No, it's just Twitter.
Dee Dee, how do you think that you've been skipped and we haven't even started the readings yet? Are you saying she skipped letting you know? Please. First of all, you do know we're psychic. So if you tell us a story that's not true, we will know. We are psychic. Do you know how many times I had to say that on Sunday, Don? Like, you do know we're psychics. Like one lady disguised her question, and she was like, "Oh, are the blocks that I put up for this person, are they still working?" So I'm like, blocks? What is she talking about? And what she really wanted to know was this person did this person still like her? So Spirit was like, she wants to know if he's still attracted to her and he's still pursuing her. But she had got a restraining order, she had blocked him, and she did all this stuff, but she still wanted to know. And so she said, I want to know if my blocks are working. But what she really wanted to know is if he still liked her and still wanted to be with her. And I'm like, you need therapy, honey. That's what you need. Because this person, then even Kim had got that, she was like, I think you had a bloody nose. And then she was like, oh yeah, it was abuse and stuff. And I was like, honey, you don't need a reading. You need therapy. You need a community of people who tell you that this is not okay. I said, think about that. You're on here asking if somebody who used to physically harm you is still interested in you.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I kept saying, you do know we psychic, right? Like you can ask whatever question you want, and spirit will tell me that that's not the truth. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
we had
and
to say that a lot of times.
just in case you think anybody thinks you're skipped, we haven't even started yet. So
We haven't even started yet, so you're not skipped. But
no
also, please be reminded that Kina is manning like 7, 8, 10 platforms. And so just because you only see your comment and maybe one other, she's not skipping you. She's going through them as they come up for us, because it comes up for us. It filters in all 7 or 8 platforms. And so each comment comes in as it comes through, not as you see it on your platform. So she will at you and let you know that you've been requested, but you have to put a question in. Just because you say hi doesn't mean that you're put on there. We have to know that you actually have a question and that you want to be put on the list. So if you're not putting a question in, you're definitely not being put on the list, because we're pinning your question as you say it. So we have precisely exactly what it is, and we don't have to like search all over and be like, oh, where's your question? We just pin your question in the background. So please put a question on there if you have a question. It's okay, Dee Dee, you will still do it, but we're just saying she hasn't gotten to any questions yet, so she didn't skip you. So just go ahead and put your question if you still have one. And hey, Jazz, she was in class last night, so it was good to see you, Jazz, in class. Actually, I wasn't there. I just was. Technology beat me down yesterday, and I was just like, screw it, I'm not fighting with technology. So I left class. Like they kept saying, restart your computer. I said, look, if I shut this computer down, I'm not turning it back on. Me and technology have been fighting all day. Me and the spirit guys have been fighting all day, and I just was not about to be arguing with them people like that. So definitely not didn't make class last night, and I was okay with it. Like I just got offline and was like, okay, it is what it is. Lori, I think you got a reading earlier today on the same type of question. Let me say this. We appreciate you coming in here, but it is a little disheartening to for you to continue to like you just keep asking the same question over and over again. I don't know if you guys understand, when you ask a question, we actually do go to our spirit guides and they present the same information to me. So if you keep asking me the same thing about your marriage or your boyfriend or your whatever it is that you're asking me about, I have to filter through all the layers of information that I already gave you. If I already gave you an outcome on it and you just haven't made the decision, that's on you. Don't keep asking the same question though. So even if you say you haven't, the guides will tell me if you did, because I literally go to them and ask them your question. I ask my guides what your question is. And my new guy, Lucifer, he does not play. He is not about repeating himself. Like he doesn't like to repeat himself. So if you're going to keep asking the same question, then Sonoran Mystic Tarot is coming back, Pumpkin Spice. He's just having some technical difficulties. And I was just keeping y'all going while he was in the background. Whoever thinks I'm rude, you're welcome to leave anytime. This is free. You're coming on here repeatedly. So technically you're abusing the system by coming on here asking the same question over and over and over and over again, like you didn't like what our spirit guys told you. So if you don't like what I said, you could leave. And if you stay here and somebody else, and Don reads you, I'm not reading you if you think that I'm rude, because I don't have to read you. This is a free service. And so if you don't like it, then leave. I already know that you go to multiple sites and ask the same question over and over and over again. So what's rude is the fact that you keep coming on here asking the same question over and over and over again. But I appreciate you being in the comments. Have a good day. I'm not going to read you, and I'll remember your name for good, and so will my guides. But you have a good day, Miss Ma'am. And I see why you're going through the situation you're going through. You are a bit of drama, and that's why you're going through the situation you're going through. So you don't have to make a decision. I think that person has already made the decision for you, but you have a good day.
I'm not sure what I missed, but
Somebody who already got a reading earlier today asked the same question. So I said, oh, we've already answered that question. I'm not sure if you understand how it works. We go to our guys and they tell us that you've already asked that question, or you're asking us to ask the same question over and over and over again. And they were like, well, you rude. I don't want you to read me. You ain't got to worry about it. Every single time I see your name in there, I will remember not to read you. Have a good day.
Did you affirm wellness?
But I understand why you're going through the situation you're going through.
You see affirm wellness? You say, can I get into the personal chat for $5?
Cash App Kina. Cash App Kina for the personal chat.
Exactly. Kina has her PayPal account ready. Ready to receive. Oh my goodness.
And for the person who thought I was rude, I still wish you the best and hope that things work out in your situation. But based on the comments that you just made in here, you won't. It won't.
I'm guessing it's Lori that you're talking to because she says you are ridiculous. I did not ask the same question. I was on with Don and Susan. We're on. Susan is.
Well, they'll be back on Wednesday morning, so come back to them. If you don't like me, bye. You not hurt my feelings, and my guides do not give a damn.
Well, alrighty then. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, let's go on to our first question. Who is our first question? Kino. My camera looks so much better now, I think. Lord have mercy. What a difference. I want to inquire on overall, will I be successful in my career? Love life, general reading. Jocelyn.
As soon as you read career, I heard yes. It's just about you being confident in what you're doing. I feel like you're, yeah, I am fired up, Affirm. I am so ready. My guides have been talking to me all day. I did a 5-mile walk that took me forever. And I got, they have been talking, so I'm all ready to go. But for Miss Jocelyn Brown, on your career, I do see yes. I immediately got career yes. That should be your focus over love right now. But they're saying be more confident in what you're doing. You're a little bit the word they used was timid or maybe a little bit hesitant, but I definitely see that you're going to be doing very well. I see money falling from the sky, like coins falling from the sky. For me, that's the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles to me is the Lady of Leisure. She has extra money. She has money falling from the sky. They're just saying be confident in what you say. Like, don't make people trip you up. It's like you say something, then somebody questions it, and you're like, wait, what? Was I right? Was I not right? You are very knowledgeable in what you're doing. Stand firm in it. They're showing me the 7 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands is standing firm. You've already made it over the victory or whatever the chaos is, and you're in this spot of victory. Stand firm on what you're believing in, and know that what you're saying or what you're presenting is correct. Just be confident. I definitely get confident. Like I hear that, I see that flashing just like this. Be confident, be confident. So as long as you're confident in what you're doing, it'll work out fine. Do you do presentations or do you speak in front of people in some kind of way, even if it's like in a meeting or a board meeting or some kind of presentation? You are very knowledgeable, and what they're saying is just stand on it, stand on what you know. And every morning, present your intentions to the universe. Let them know how you want this day to be. Like when I wake up, first thing I say is Don's affirmation. I believe in infinite abundance and all my wants and needs are met. Then the next day I say is, today is going to be a great day, or this is a great week. And then I ask Spirit, what can I do to accomplish my goals, or what can I do to make it to the next step of whatever it is that you have intended for me, or to reach whatever goal that I set. So you are, better days are, I read what you said, better days are coming. And I heard them say better days are already on the way. Like they're flipping through like a calendar and they're showing it to me like this, and your days have already started. This is behind the scenes stuff that is happening that you don't see. So continue to move forward, and God, source, however you refer to your higher power, is working it out for you behind the scenes. You just have to continue to keep moving forward, keep making steps forward, keep going. And they show you like a soldier, being diligent, step, walking forward. And they're just saying, continue to be forward. By Christmas, you'll have some very good news. And I see a package that you are not, aware. They show me a gift, but it's not a gift from a person. It's a gift from the divine. And it's something that you've asked for that is coming. So it'll be during Christmas season. So in December, you will get this gift that is coming to you, but it's multiple things, and it'll set you up to move forward in whatever your business is or whatever you want to do. Because I feel like you want to start your own business. You want your own, like I hear the word residual income. You want your money to make money, and that's what you're trying to do. And they're saying just continue to be positive and it'll work out for you. So that's what I got for you, Miss Johnson. That's all I got.
Shoot, I just dropped a ton of cards all over the floor, but I was using them to try to get some energy up, or to get some kind of energy flowing so I could get some message, Jocelyn. The only thing that I was getting, Jocelyn, that I don't know. For me, I'm seeing I'm getting a foggy veil. So the foggy veil tends to tell me that you feel blocked, or you feel like you are in a situation you feel like you have too many choices. You can't decide. And I don't know which it is. It's one of two. Again, the block is more of I don't know the next step. And the other one, of course, means there's many options, and you feel like you just have no focus. And I'm not getting the focus so much as I get in the block, but it could be the focus. But I feel like you're blocked. I feel like you are that you are again, that you just feel like it's like you feel like I want to know the secret, like there's a secret, or you feel like there's a secret to this or to something. And I hate to say it, but life doesn't work that way. There is no secret. I think the secret is actually confidence. And I think that what I would suggest to you is to bring that veil down, is to gain confidence, gain confidence and understanding, and confidence in your understanding. Because I think that sometimes you can be told, you can believe something yourself, you can understand it, and spirit can tell you what it is, but you have no confidence in your belief in it because you heard it. And then somebody else will say it, and all of a sudden you're like, of course, yes, and that makes sense, and I'm now believing it. It's the same thing you believed in, but you had no confidence in your understanding of what that brought you. And so what I'm telling you is that fog, that block that you put up, is a block that you can pull down, because first and foremost, you have to start embracing yourself and understanding what you believe and what you're getting. That is important. If you start believing in it, other people will believe it too. And again, it's kind of like an affirmation in the sense that if you put it out there and you keep saying it, you're going to talk it into reality. But if you're not careful, all you're doing is you're hiding the light under the bushel, and it never gets sown. So again, Jocelyn, try to work on bringing down the wall and bringing up your confidence level, whatever it takes. I would suggest, and nobody has to listen, of course, to suggestions, but one thing I would suggest to you, a lot of people who have that issue go to Toastmasters, because Toastmasters forces you to out of your safe zone, out of your comfort zone. It forces you to get in front of a group of people, which was the biggest fear whatsoever, to talk, to give a speech, to give a spiel, whatever you want to call it. And at that time, you not only have to speak, but you have to speak from the heart, or speak from reality, or your reality. And when you start learning how to speak in public spaces, you start hearing yourself and realizing, damn, I know what I'm talking about. I have confidence in myself, because for the first time, you're hearing yourself and you're thinking, damn, that does make sense to me, where before you didn't. So I would suggest maybe trying to find a Toastmasters and get that experience with you, so where you can learn to start embracing yourself, because you should. You have so much to offer, and you, again, spirits are talking to you and you hear them, but you don't have the confidence to believe that what you think you hear is real. And that's where the disconnect, in my opinion, is.
And that's what initially, that's all I heard was confidence. Have confidence in what you're saying. Anytime anybody questions her, she definitely, kind of backs down. And that's all I heard over and over again was confidence, confidence, confidence. But on the Toastmaster, I used to work for the University of Phoenix. And they used to encourage us. We had a Toastmaster session that they did at our location, at the Phoenix location, and they encouraged us to go a lot too, to do Toastmasters. And it really helped a lot of people who are like kind of introverts. It really helped them to get out and to make make them more vocal and to stand up and to take on new projects and to do things. But Jocelyn, that was the one thing that I got over and over and over again was confidence, confidence, confidence. And then that's the same thing that Don got. So it's just having confidence in what you're hearing and what you're receiving and what you're doing, like what you're saying. You have the information, you have the knowledge, just move forward with it. And then I got the 10 of cups. That's everything, that's family, that's money, that's the dog, that's the husband, that's the kids, that's everything. That's wish fulfillment. Cups is emotions too. So that's everything that you want. And then on the card, it says happiness, family, happy feelings, reunions, homecoming. So it's all the good stuff. So this is definitely, and then at the bottom of the deck, which is your overall reading, is the sun card. That's even better. Like you got two of the best cards that you could get in the deck. And so just be confident and know that it's coming. And I can't tell you to stop doubting, because even as much as I receive and as much as I know, I still question sometimes. I have to be like, was that right? Did I hear that right? And sometimes I even be like, am I crazy? Did I just hear what I thought I heard? Did I just see what I thought I saw? And so it still does take time, but continue to move forward and just a little bit more believe. Like you said, I don't know where to start. And one of the things I wanted to say was just ask your higher power, what is my next step? What is the next thing that I need to do to get on the way to my goals? Like, this is my goal. I want to buy a house. Well, what is my next step? So it may be getting a second job. It may be applying for a loan. It may be taking a class. You don't know where to start, and that's okay. You admitting that you don't know where to start and then saying, what is my next step? Because sometimes they've told me so many things. I'm like, okay, all of those things are great. What is my next step? How do I get to do what it is that you're telling me to do? So that's what it is. Oh, Keena was saying, we've been talking about this, and that me and Keena talk about that all the time. What is my next step? Like, I stopped asking when is it going to happen? When am I going to get the money? When am I going to get my keys? And start saying, what is my next step? What is the next thing I need to do? And sometimes it's just wait. And like Keena tell you, sometimes Keena has told me, sometimes just standing there and waiting is the hardest thing. It's harder than doing actually something. When Spirit tells me to wait, I'll be like, I don't want to wait. And so that may be the hardest part, but just ask, what's your next step? Hi, JoJo. Hi, Miss Linda. Hi, Chill Zone Radio. Hi, Nathan. Oh my gosh, so many people came.
Yeah, and you can tell that Toastmasters did nothing for Angie because she has no confidence and she does not speak her voice. She is very quiet and passive.
I bet they like that was the worst decision ever. She won't shut up at all. I'll be in a meeting like, that's not what I said. Pull that back up. That's what I said. That's what I meant. That's what you need to do.
While we're at that point, let's make sure people remember to do this.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And if you were on Facebook,
I love our commercials. I can't wait till they be like, let's show clips from their online show on our real show.
Exactly. Yep. Who is next there, Keena? Keena looks bored. I think
Let's close quickly.
Keena's like, yo, just plucking my last nerve. Am I moving into the right direction? Will I be at peace? And will things fall into place for me? This is for Robin Harris.
I got a yes immediately on am I moving in the right direction, but moving in the right direction, but looking in the right direction, because they show you like this. You're looking back at the past, like this is how I messed up in the past. How do I make it for how do I move forward? But what Don always says, that's why your rear view mirror is smaller than your windshield. You need to be looking forward, and they show you looking this way, this way, this way, and comparing your life to what everybody else is saying. Well, my sister is doing this, or where my cousin is doing this, or my coworker is doing this, and their kids are doing this. And a lot of time they're telling me to tell you to pull back from social media a bit, because you are comparing where you are to where somebody else is, and you don't know how long they had to struggle to get there. So you see them in their success, but you don't know it may have taken 5 years for them to get there, and you're only in your second year, and you're thinking, I'm so far behind, when you're actually ahead of them. So they want you to, one, stop comparing where you are to where everybody else is. That's what Spirit is telling me. One, stop comparing where you are to where everybody else is. And then two, look forward. That's the direction you're supposed to be going forward. What they're showing me, what they're giving me now is the parable of the lady in the Bible, when they came to rescue Lot and his family from the group of people that they got in. They rescued them. They told the wife to move forward, and she looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt, because God didn't want them to look back. He wanted them to look forward. Your focus is on where you're going, not where you're coming from. It's okay to learn the lessons while you're in that hermit mode, but don't compare everything. Okay, in the past, I made this decision. What can I do this? It's the same as bringing an old relationship into a new one. And they're actually, why are they giving me all these Bible verses? Are you a very religious person, Ms. Roslyn? Because they're saying it's like putting new wine in old wineskins. If you're asking for something new, then your focus needs to be on what's moving forward. And so I'm getting that you're a little bit worried or concerned about past decisions, and you don't want to make those decisions again. But I'm also getting like you're moving in the right direction. Definitely things will fall into place for you, but you have to keep looking forward, or you're going to have a collision, because you're not going to see when you need to make a turn or when there's a fork in the road, because you're continuously looking back. And that's the problem. You need to be looking forward. So that's what I got for Ms. Robin.
Let me see what I have for Robin. Let me see. Robin. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweet, fiddly, rockin' Robin.
Exactly, Keena. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 10. Exactly. But Robin, you are doing good.
Robin, I'm getting energy around your sister. Do you have, is your sister an older sister and you are the younger sister? I'm getting like 3 sisters here, but I'm wondering if the one sister's like an energy of like, God, I hate to say it this way, but like 2 personalities or 2-faced. So Robin, are you still with us? Do you
She laughed. She put smiley faces in, so she's still here.
Okay. Again, I'm picking up sister energy. So again, do you have an older sister?
She says I have 2 sisters, 1 older and 1 younger. So she must be that middle of the 3 that you were seeing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And these are the 3 sisters. It's funny. None of you are alike. Look at these personalities. Look at them. One is very nurturing, very caring. That's the one. That's you, Robin. You're the one in the middle. You're the very nurturing and very caring. And then you have one sister that's a little bit cold and a little bit aloof, maybe is a good way to put it, but also sometimes likes to spin some issues, and maybe is kind of, one day she's hot, one day she's cold. So it's kind of like a 2-faced situation. And that's the hot and cold that I have here. So some days she's lovable, some days she isn't. And then you have the third sister here. And this is the one that both of you tend to kind of take care of and nurture and whatever. So this is the baby sister. And this sister is the one that it seems, this one sometimes she's, though you count, this is the counselor, though you try to counsel and work with her often, actually she's the one that tends to kind of give you some great advice. So ultimately, the two of you give her a lot of advice, but ultimately you follow some of the good things that she tells you. So there's a connection between the three of you sisters, which is interesting. And why I'm getting those, why the sisters are coming out, I'm not sure. Let me get a better. Does those personality traits seem to make sense to you, Robin? Does that resonate with you? Because I'm being drawn to the older sister. I'm being drawn to the one that's highs and lows, like a chemical situation where she, again, some days she's very on top of the world, and other days she is fighting the world. Robin, does this resonate with you? Yes, she is. My little sister definitely gives me good advice. Okay, good, super. Okay, so I'm being drawn to the older sister. That's the one who's drawing to me, or coming at me at this point. Oh Lord, Robin, Robin, Robin. Oh, I see that you are going to be put in the middle during this holiday season between a little bit of conflict between the two of them. Okay, your older sister is going to be at fault, but she's not going to believe it's her fault. She's going to be causing the fire and the grief. Your younger sister is going to be trying to chill out and say, give me a freaking break. This is stupid. This is silly. And you're trying to be nurturing. Robin, stay out of it. This is one time where when this thing heats up, you do not want to be anywhere near it. Let these two go nuclear on each other. Do not be involved. Again, your older sister is going to be a little bit of a handful during the holidays. That's a good way to put it. And so when she shows her ass, let her show her ass and do not get involved. When your younger sister tries to make a point of it, stay out of the way. I'm telling you, go to ground zero, go someplace, go, if they're in the dining room, go to the kitchen. If they're in the kitchen, go to the dining room. I don't care, but don't get involved. This is not a time to get involved. This conflict will pass, but it's going to get silly and it's going to happen during the holidays. So don't let it affect you because, yeah, it's not a healthy thing. It's going to be crazy. So that's what I'm picking up is avoid your holiday sister drama. She says her older sister is pregnant, so I believe it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Maybe that's why she's all over the place with hot and cold. I don't know. All I know is that this is it's going to be a trying holiday unless people are very, very forgiving and just turn the other way. So that's what I'm getting. Okay. Next.
Tina has the list posted running across the bottom, and she posted it on every platform. So please see. You don't have to ask us if you're next or when you're coming up. It's scrolling across the bottom, and she posted it on whatever chat or line that you're in. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Remember, we can see if you share, we can see if you subscribe, and we can see if you like. So don't tell us, and we're psychic. We know. I have to keep saying that. You know we're psychic, right?
Exactly. And don't forget, folks, affirmations. I harp on them all the time. And so I'm going to go right to it here and save us the time because I'll get there eventually. So here we go. Don't forget, say your affirmations on a daily basis. Put them out there. You have energy around you. If you do not coalesce it in a direction that works for you, it will not work for you. It could work against you. It could wind up attracting or repelling, and you don't want that. So again, control your energy, put your energy to work. Read this affirmation, read it and believe it as you read it, because again, if you read it and believe it on a daily basis.
I was just about to say, Miss Pamela Ramage, she posted every single morning, and I like it every morning. Some mornings I share it. I love it. And I literally, when I read her post, can tell that her energy is picking up every single day. Like it seems to be getting a little better. It chips away. Like every time she posted, it chips a little bit away at that negative energy. And again, before I open my eyes, before I, grab my phone or do anything, I literally say, I believe in infinite abundance and all of my wants and needs are met. So I always say that every single morning. And I've always said this, Dom, I think our collective energy, if we're all saying it every day, we're all believing it every day, it makes it even magnify, even bigger. It's like giving attention to a story and making it even bigger and bigger and bigger. So now the universe is like, hey, this means something to these people. Let's move them forward. So you can see us as a community moving together. So stay in our community, stay on that same affirmation with us, and know that we're all moving forward together. It's all positivity. So everything we do on here is for healing. So we always want you to move forward in love and light and to continue to believe in the affirmations. I can't wait for Don to write his book.
Tell you what, these cards keep falling out. I don't know what it
That
is.
was happening to me, and I kept saying, well, do you not want me to use them? So I would go to another deck and be like, okay, let's try something else. Maybe
know,
y'all
I'm
don't
not
want
ready-
to talk today.
I'm not ready to park them because they just keep flying. It's like, what the
Or
hell?
maybe they got a lot to say. They like, use me. So maybe that's it too.
It could be maybe they're saying, shut up, rumor, and read.
Exactly. Hope all is well with everyone. I wanted to ask about a general for Pisces with Scorpio. Are you a general for Pisces? So you mean all Pisces with all Scorpios, or just you're a Pisces and this is your Scorpio? Because technically this is Pisces with Scorpio right here. I'm a Pisces and Don's a Scorpio, and we're almost the same person. So in that case, the energy is good. But if you mean between you and this person, that's how I'm going to read.
Are you asking for love reading? Bree, are you asking for love reading?
She says she's the Pisces. Okay. And then the Scorpio is the person that you want to know about. A general reading for Pisces with the Scorpio. So I can just do a pendulum reading on that. That's easy. She said a general reading. But what do you want to know? Like, is there a romantic future for them? Is there a romantic future for Bree and this Scorpio? I get a no. But I hear he likes you, but not in that way. That's how I get it. So I don't know what the extent of your relationship is. Now I'll also pull a card because sometimes people like a card. But when I asked, is there a romantic future for Pisces with Scorpio? I got to know. So I don't know if that's what y'all. She said love reading. So yeah, that's what you wanted to know, if it was romantic. Are we going to be good together? And there's no romantic future for you two, but let me try a little bit more in depth.
Bree, are you stating you have children, or are you stating are you?
Oh, we
asking
have
if you
children. Oh, okay.
So
So the question I asked was, is there a romantic future? And I got no.
Okay.
But Spirit is saying, if you're asking that question, then you kind of know that there's some tension or there's something that makes you ask a question. Because if everything is all love and light, then you really don't usually come and ask somebody a question like that. But I'll try to put some cards, and Don, you can go ahead. Actually, I'm going to get my more loving deck for you to see if I can get something different.
She says they're not getting along right now.
Yeah. And I get that he likes you, but I also get that you're more mature. You're more mature than he is right now. I get that for one. And then I get he's playing games, like he's kind of in, then he's out, then he's in, then he's out, and you're getting a little bit frustrated. Like they showed me like the word frustrated, and then somebody just wanting to pull their hair out, because it seems to be he's in, then he's out, and then he's cold, and then he's hot, and then it's, oh, we should be a family, and then it's not. And so but there seems to be passion when you two come together.
Canoodle? Noodle?
Exactly. So the card that popped out for me was the Nine of Wands, and that's just kind of like you've been battling, and they're saying be resilient, and you're almost at the end. Like, don't give up on don't give up, but I don't think it's don't give up on the situation. In this case, it's make your decision. The way the Spirit is telling it to me is make your decision based on what's best for you, and not thinking, oh, if we're together, then this. And so I'm getting that you're ready to be like, look, let's buy this house, let's move in together, let's buy these rings, and let's change my last name. And he's all for it, and then he's not for it, and then so is it that he may not be, because they're saying he's not established the way that he wants to be? Like maybe he does have a good job and he's doing whatever, but he's not established in the way that he wants to be. And sometimes when men aren't exactly where they want to be financially, they don't want to enter into that situation. I feel like you guys have already had this discussion before, and it's still kind of up and down. Like at the end of the discussion, you still don't know where you're staying. It's like, okay, we had this discussion and we said a whole bunch of stuff, but no decision was made. It's still a whole bunch of possibilities. So Spirit is saying, make your decisions based on, or as if it was just you and your children. So make that decision that way. And then if he comes along and you two are together, that'll make it better. But don't make your decisions based on, well, if we get together, then I'll buy a house then. Or if we get together, then I'll go on a romantic vacation. Then what they're saying is continue to live your life. And if he comes along, he does. And if he doesn't, then you could go ahead and live your life.
The thing that I'm getting is, first of all, change is coming. So again, the way it's been working is not going to work. It's your relationship. You do love each other. There's no question there. It's just that so one of you have grown, one of you have changed, and the other one has not. And unfortunately, it's kind of caused a division between the two of you. And therefore, there's been kind of like a maturity or a growing in one and not the other. And that seems to be a bit of a conflict and problem. And I think that one of you may have been looking at folks outside the situation, because
that's her exact comment, Don, literally. And that's what I was asking the pendulum, and they said, yes, he is seeing somebody else, but it's because she makes him be responsible. And this is fun, girl. Come over, have sex, and leave. So yes, exactly what she said. As soon as her comment came up, you got it. Yeah. And
unfortunately, Bree, I think you know it, because this is the card of knowledge, the card of seeing it but don't want to see it. So I'm getting the feeling like you kind of know that. And and that's and it's interesting. All I can say, Bree, is step back, take an assessment of what you know to be the case. Step back and make sure that you do an actual realization of what you're willing to put up with and what you're not. And then you can make a choice from there. You don't need a psychic to tell you that. You just need somebody. You need somebody to put a mirror in front of you and say, look at this. Now talk to that person. You need a conversation with yourself in the mirror, and you'd be surprised how often, if you speak to yourself in the mirror, you don't lie to yourself, because you can see right through yourself.
Don, there's a mirror right here. So if you see me looking, that's me looking in my mirror. I keep a mirror at my desk all the time. When I would go to a new location, or when I was leaving, one of my coworkers bought me a mirror, and I kept it on my desk. And ever since then, I always have a mirror on my desk, and I have a mirror right here to look at. Because sometimes you need to, speak to yourself and be like, hey, get yourself together. And so exactly what you were saying, God, we're almost the same person. I keep telling people that. Terry T says, I like seeing y'all figure out the questions. Y'all be doing detective psychic work. Literally, it just be pictures in our head, and we have to pull it all together. It's literally like, this is a shoe, this is a butt. Does that mean you're kicking somebody in the butt, or you're getting your butt kicked? Like, we have to put it together like that. It's not always words. It's not always voices. Sometimes it's putting those pictures together. And so when we're like, oh, well, is it this, this, and this? It's because we got so many images and we're trying to put it together. So yeah, it is kind of psychic detective. We're trying to figure out what it is. But Bree, move forward, standing on your own and not in the light of that relationship. But you were right about the third person. As soon as you typed it, Don got that card, and then I asked the pendulum, and they said, yes, there is a third person. But the reason he goes to this person, it's not that he doesn't like you, because I think you want to know that he does like you, except for you make him be responsible. And this is fun, girl. She's just, she's here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Who is next, Kina? Who is next? And Kina has put the affirmation up there so you can see what she was talking about. And I like it because, again, if you read Kina's affirmation, it's very, again, understand what she's reading. She's like, put it back up, Kina.
Can you put it back up, Kina?
It says, I have everything I need. And that's where you can put like a comma. That's why if you get a little confused on what she's saying, I have everything I need, comma, to be everything I need to be. So
Yeah, I
again,
have everything
read
I
it
need.
that
Okay.
way and you'll understand it clearly. If you don't, it may cause a little bit of a confusion at first. But remember, what she's saying is, I have everything I need to be everything I need to be. So it's a wonderful play with words, but it is impactful. So it's a really good one. Absolutely. So anyway, back next to the next person there again. I'm sorry about that, Kina. Just want to make sure I clarified that with people so they can understand again how that reads. Will I see improvements in my health by the end of the year, please? Pumpkin Soul. Pumpkin, I think we had this conversation not so long ago, and I told you I thought it was going to be like early next. I still feel like okay. Forget what we said before. I'm telling you, I still feel it's going to be early next year before you seem to get that breakthrough. I think that it's not. Again, this is not the time for it. I think it's coming in early next year when you're going to start feeling relief. You're going to start feeling again more whole and so forth. So I'm not telling you do not work on your health or do not pay attention to your health. What I'm saying is I think that the benefit will start showing somewhere early next year, like January, February. That's what I'm getting. What are you getting, Angie?
They gave me they took me along the journey that I'm on right now. They said your health will get better when you contribute to making it better. So one of the things that I kept noticing that my face looked a little dry or I was always thirsty. So now what do you see me having here? 2 bottles of water. So in the last couple of weeks, I've cut out juice, I've cut out pop, I've cut out wine. Not so much wine. And I've been drinking a lot more water and I've been walking 5 miles a day. So I got back to walking. So they're saying, what are you doing to contribute to your health? Yes, your health can get better by the end of the year, but what do you want? What are you contributing to making it happen? And are you doing what the doctor says, or are you just coming out here hoping that we'll say, oh yeah, there's a miracle cure for whatever it is? Listen, if there's a miracle cure, listen, I tell my guys every single day, when you release everything else, attach them to the fat cells and take all of that too. So when you release the things that no longer serve me, this fat can no longer serve me too. Like all those places where that extra is, just go ahead and take that away too. So release all those things that no longer serve you. And then you need to, whatever your issue is, for one, listen to your doctor because we can't give you medical advice. But 2, what are you doing to contribute to making things better for you? I get that you're a little resistant to what the doctors are saying because who wants to give up all their goodness? Who wants to give up their wine? Who wants to give up their whatever? And so they're saying is make sure you are contributing to the things that are make your health better. Like it's not like a magic wand. Or kind of it is if you speak it out there that my health is continually getting better. Like I tell people this all the time. If you go to my YouTube page, I have a public list and it's called Repeat. And it's what I listen to all night. And one of the things is one of the things that I listen to over and over and over again, it says, I am how many ever pounds, or I am skinny, or I am a magnet for money. I am rich. I am a billionaire. And so all night I have about 4 hours worth of videos that just play over and over and over and over again. And all night my subconscious is just inundated with you are beautiful. You are amazing. Your body releases all the toxins in the body that no longer serve you. Your cells work efficiently. Your body is a lean, mean burning machine. But it's repeating that to me over and over and over in my psyche while I'm asleep, in my subconscious while I'm asleep, so that there is no resistance to it. Because if you're up, sometimes you can hear that, you can be like, yeah, whatever. But when you're sleeping, you let that play. I don't go to sleep watching TV anymore. I just listen to those over and over and over again. It's just a video of people saying the same thing over and over and over and over. And then I think the last video is that one guy who does the magical forest. He takes you on a journey through the magical forest to release anxiety. Like some of the thoughts that we have cause us to be ill too. Like you can worry yourself into illness. You can worry yourself into, any kind of sickness. And so what they're saying is it's a mind body thing. Sometimes you have to mentally prepare to be well and also to get yourself physically well. So those are the things that I'm getting for you, Miss Pumpkin Soul, is that you have to contribute to making yourself better. get in that mindset of making yourself better, listen to whatever the medical advice is, and just do one thing at a time. Like, you don't have to do everything like I'm doing. You don't have to walk 5 miles. My journey didn't start with 5 miles. It started with 2 miles because we're in the pandemic, and then it increased to 3 miles, and then 4 miles, and then 5 miles, and then drinking water. All those things contribute, and one thing on top of the other thing on top of the other thing, and next thing you know, your skin is glowing like this. So, just work on it.
With that said, don't forget, folks. Don't forget. And I hate to remind everybody, but Christmas is right around the corner. And so with that said, Sister Shauna has some wonderful items. You may want to go to check out her site for those wonderful items. And don't forget, she and I will be back on tomorrow morning. I was not well last week after Angie wore me out the night before. I had nothing left for Shauna the next day. So I'm blaming it all on Angie.
Oh my gosh. And when I tuned in, I was like, oh my gosh, Don really was sick.
I was not feeling well. And I texted Shauna. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, Shauna. And she's like, no, it's okay. But I didn't mean to leave her hanging. But anyway, don't forget, check out Shauna's site for products for the Christmas holiday. Yeah. Super, super. And Shauna is going to be in town on Saturday. Woohoo! It's going to be crazy because not this Saturday, but next Saturday is going to be Psychic Palooza 2022. And I am looking forward to it. Lord have mercy. For those of you who don't know, we do a class on Tuesday nights. And with the group on Tuesday nights, there's a bunch of us who are deciding we're getting together, and we are excited for that. And so it's gonna be crazy energy on that Saturday. Again, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. So on Sunday night, when Angie gets talking on her live stream, she's gonna have lots of stories to talk about.
Listen, if I make it, you know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna make it, y'all. Y'all better be there this Sunday, because next Sunday I might be looking like that meme of that little meme of a Bugs Bunny when he out of bed and his hair all frazzled and his eye like kind of twitching like this. That may be me Sunday. Like, you just never know how you night go in. And Don already gave me a reading today and said I was gonna find a new love, so ain't no telling what's gonna happen.
Yeah, with large gloves. Yes.
Big gloves. That's all I'm saying. Listen, big gloves.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So who is next, Kina?
Kina asked Miss Linda what she making for what she making for dinner, because Kina said she had beef stew with veggies.
Oh, now you're all gonna get me hungry, because now Linda's gonna share what she made, and we're gonna go, oh no. Linda,
what did I eat? I had bacon and potatoes. Like, I made bacon this morning, and then I have a protein shake, one of those Premier protein shakes. Instead of putting creamer in my coffee, I now put a protein shake in there, so that holds me over. So I have that in the morning and a bottle of water, and then I go for my walk. And by the time I come back, I'm hungry. So I had bacon and fried potatoes today, but normally I have a salad. And according to Kim, our nutritionist, she said I had a low vibrational salad, but she didn't call it low vibrational, but she told me processed meat has carcinogens and it's not good for you. Your French dressing is not good. I said, listen, you are concentrating on the wrong thing. I said vegetables, I said nuts, I said sunflower seeds. All you saw was that I had ham and bacon bits in there. Focus on the positive, people. I had a salad. That's the good part right there. It was a salad.
Yes. Well, that would work for me, but what I do is I put a ton of blue cheese dressing, which definitely takes away from everything, because it's like, that's not healthy at all. Oh my goodness. It says I had Atkins shake jealous, Pam says. She did Atkins. And then Linda said she had nothing exciting. She had some soup. Beef stew? Wow. Now I love myself a beef stew. Woohoo. Mm. Okay, now I'm getting
I haven't
hungry.
had beef in a long time. That was something that my mom made a lot when I was younger, and I didn't like it. For one, she put carrots in it, and I don't like cooked carrots. But right now, I am wishing that she would come here and make some beef stew because them potatoes and that she would use roast or some kind of meat that she would cut up in there, and she the potatoes and the corn and sometimes like every time she made it, it wasn't always the same. She would just kind of dump a whole bunch of stuff in there, but back then, I didn't appreciate it. Angie right now will appreciate it.
It's interesting. I'm looking at my glasses and I'm seeing the reflection, especially with this higher level camera. And so you all can see how complicated through our glasses. You can see how
Oh, yeah.
complicated.
Don, I don't even have on my glasses today. They talked about me so bad, but that's okay because they are right here. In my case, it's my new
Our
friends.
screen,
I still
our
got
screen, our screen shows us so much activity that we have to keep track of. It's images and audio and chat and everything else. It's like all this stuff going on. You all think it's very smooth out there. Believe me, there's a lot going on back here.
Listen, why do y'all think I be complaining so much when Keena be trying to take her time and do stuff on her own? Keena, you are dedicated. You cannot leave. I be like, Lord, good luck. Look, may the odds forever be in your favor if I'm in the chat, people. Literally, I can either concentrate on Spear or I can concentrate on that chat. I can't do both. Like my mind does not compartmentalize like that. My spirit guys be like, look, you gonna listen to us or you gonna man this chat? And I be like, look, good luck. Good luck, people in the chat. That's all I can say.
Let's see. Terry T says, you know what? I actually don't have a question. I just can like a general. I just want to hear messages from my spirits.
You just like to hear us talk, Terry T. I'm just gonna pull one card from you, and I'm gonna get my special deck that I got for my birthday. It's the True Heart deck, and so I'm gonna get that. And Don, if you have anything, you can go ahead because it's buried under 50 other decks over here. If y'all ever want to know what to buy me, I like a deck. You can always buy me a deck.
He
And
says
if
I'm
you
out.
do
He says
not-
I'm out. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you ever want to know what to buy me, I always have a card. I have a list on Amazon, and it has all the decks of cards that I want. So people can always buy me a deck of cards.
Somebody the other day said they were looking and they were online shopping, and next thing they knew it, they looked at their cart and it was $97, and they're like, they had to empty out the cart.
Exactly. It's just unreal. It's unreal how fast those 5s, 10s, 15s, 25s, 75s add up. Especially
Terry,
when you're looking at boots. Your car to be $500. You'd be like, wait, it's like 3 pair of boots in there.
Terry T says, I'm out of questions, but I still want to be on the list. I have FOMO. I've heard FOMO before. What does it mean? You can tell I'm not technically.
Oh, he says, I done went through all that and the cards was already out the box. I am smart.
Fear of missing out. This says fear of missing out. I see it, Terry T. Okay, I've got it.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
I was like, I heard FOMO before, but I don't remember what it meant.
That reminds me of when I was at work one day and somebody said MOTS, and I was like, what the hell does MOTS mean? And I had to go to my manager at the time, and I was like, what does MOTS mean? He was like, more of the same. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, see, I was thinking muniment of title.
More of the
My legal
same.
brain.
So we had a contract and she was duplicating the contract and she wanted me to do MOTS. And I was like, I don't even know what MOTS means. And so he was like, oh, more of the same. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
So more of the same. I like that. More of the same.
Yeah.
I've seen SSDD. I've heard that one. You know what that one is, right?
No.
No? Same
SSDD.
shit, different day.
Oh, now that you say it like that, yeah, okay, I got it. I remember when I learned what laughing but very serious is. LBVS, laughing but very serious. I was like, what the hell does that mean? But one of the people that I used to work with from Michigan, she was like, what does that mean? And when I heard it, I was like, okay, yeah, but yeah, that makes sense. Some of y'all be doing too much. I can't figure out what these things mean.
Somebody one time put DHA. I had to write it down again too. It was DHA TFG, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, what does that mean? And it took me a while, and then somebody says, don't have a blank to give. And I'm like, Ooh, okay.
Terry T, your spirit is young. He said, I'm gonna try to stay young. The other day, some kid thought I was still in school, and that sent me to the moon. Your spirit is so young that it must pull your cheeks back because you laugh so much. Just a natural facelift. So
Mhm.
to be that way. But Don, if you have something for him, you can go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these cards and see if I can get a one or two cards for Terry T. I'm gonna do a past, present, future for you, Terry T. So you can go ahead, Don.
Good. Yeah. All I was getting is that I'm getting a lot of good energy around again the holiday, Terry, that's coming up, and so I think this holiday season is going to be unlike your last. I'm getting the feeling like last holiday season was a mess or problematic. I'm getting that this one will not be. I'm getting that this is going to be the first holiday season in a while that you've had a good holiday season. So I think it's time for you to get ready to celebrate and to prop your feet up and enjoy life a little bit and let the holiday season truly sink in for you because this is going to be the first in a while that you've had a good holiday season. That's kind of what I'm getting for you, Terry. What you got, Angie?
I did a past, present, future, and they were flying out of there. So your past was a tower card. That was an ending. Something came to an ending. Something is over. But when I said that, I heard school. Like that part is done. Like that was a heavy weight on you. That was a burden. It's done. You did what you needed to do. You accomplished what you needed to do. And so I get that whatever that was is done. Like you needed that to be done. And know that it's done. That's what they keep saying. Know that it's done. You don't have to go back. It's like you were trying to walk back into a building that's crumbling. They're saying that's done. School is done. You've done what you were supposed to do for this point of your life. You're done. So then your present energy was the Four of Wands. And as soon as Don said, oh, I get that this season is going to be better for you, that's community. Four of Wands is the 1111 card, which is always good. And then some people call it the marriage card because usually it's that couple. You see them holding hands coming out of there. And so some people call it the marriage card. But in this case, I'm going to have to agree that it's a relationship because your future energy is the Ace of Cups. So that's new. That's emotional. For me, that's new love. That's good. That's something good coming in. So you put these two together, that's a good new relationship. Like you're going to get that love that you want. It's coming. So present energy is this, future energy is this. So it's coming. And I know you're like, Angie, you keep saying that I'm going to get this man and blah, blah, blah. You are. Look, even the cards are saying that I did a simple past, present, future, and you got good. This is done. This is your past, over. Present energy is that community, that love. That's what you want. That's the energy that you're in. And your future is even more love, new love coming in. That's how I read that Ace of Cups. New love, new emotional goodness coming in. And it's overflowing. You see that love is overflowing. So that's what you need to know. So that's what I got for you, Terry T.
So you're saying you're putting a man on Terry T?
I keep here 1111. I'm sorry, say that again, Don.
No, I'm going to say, so now you're telling me you're going to put a man on Terry T finally?
Exactly, Terry T. Let me tell you. And what is our agreement, Terry T? Does he have a brother? That's what you need. Or even an uncle, because you might be young, Terry T. Does he have an uncle or a brother? Big hands. They have to have big hands, Terry T. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, can he have a guy on the right in the Four of Wands? That's who he wants. Maybe. Maybe. Just boot her. Look, you don't even look. Let me go ahead. Look. That works out fine for you, Terry T. Look how that works.
There you go.
Perfect. There you go.
We're going to hook you up, Terry T. We're going to hook you up.
That's what I got for you. Terry T said he will ask. And that's all I ask, Terry T. I'm going to send positive energy out there for you to bump into that person tomorrow. Like when you walk in and because Terry T, I feel like you walk a lot and do like this. And I see you bumping shoulders with somebody and looking up and being like, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Like, hello? How can I help you? So definitely, Terry T says send him our wish list, our Amazon wish list. Terry T, you know I will because I have your email address. I'll send it to you. Let me take some of the inappropriate things out. I'm going to send you the public list, not the private.
The things that do not require batteries.
Exactly. All of these things. The public list has tarot cards and oracle cards and dresses in there. The private list. until I meet this guy that Don is telling me about. That's all I'm just trying to say.
In November, this is the month, November, December. Woo.
Exactly. I'm with it. So Terry T, please come back and tell us how your holiday went or how your travels went. We're excited. Like we want to know how it ends up. So that's all I got for Terry T.
Super. Next.
You know who's next? Hey, Divinely Guided. Sandra. Oh, I remember this person from a long time ago. You haven't been here in a while, Miss Sandra. It's good to see you. She wants a general reading. Okay. I don't know if these cards are for you, so I'm going to shuffle them one more time and ask on your specific energy. What information do you have? Oh, and Terry T, when I asked about your future, I asked for the next 3 months. So that future, which was that Ace of Cups, was within the next 3 months. I asked specifically for a time frame for the next 3 months. And so that's within the next 3 months. 90 days, Terry T, 90 days. We'll put a man on you. That's all I'm saying, Terry.
Absolutely. Sandra, do
So,
you have...
Miss,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Dan. No, you go ahead, because I'm not even ready.
Okay. Sandra, do you have 2 or 3 kids? I'm feeling like it's a boy-girl situation. Do you have 2 kids or 3? She'll say none. I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking
I
about?
think she does. I think that we've asked this before because you had to age them.
Okay.
Like you asked about their ages or grandkids or something like that. She said she has 4. I'm like, I remember you asked.
Okay. Is there something about one that separates them from the other ones? Is it like one is a distance older, and then there's the 3 that are together? Because again, I'm getting like a one, like again a separation.
Oh, 2018, 14, and 3. Is
Okay.
one of them, does the older one have a different parent? I thought maybe I'm mixing it up, but go ahead, Don.
But I can see it. The 3 is the one that's separated. So that makes sense. Because again, it was like 3 and then 1. So that makes sense that the one would be separated from the other. For some reason, I was thinking the older one was separated. And like you, Angie, was getting like there's a different parent on one than the other 3 or something.
She said her surprise blessing is the only girl.
She's the only girl, yeah. Okay, I'm being drawn to, again, one of the boys. I'm being drawn to the boy who does a boy wear glasses? Do you have a son that wears glasses? Is he the middle child? Does your middle child wear glasses, or is he having some eye issues? Because I'm being drawn like eyes. I'm being drawn eyes, and it's like I'm being drawn to the middle of the boys. So I don't think it's the youngest. I think it's the middle boy. Do you know if he's wearing glasses now, or if he has to wear glasses? The 14-year-old wears glasses. Okay. Because again, for some reason, I'm being drawn to the one with glasses. Now he's the one who is good at math. Is he the one that's really good at math, right? And he's probably one of the better students. But I'm getting the problem. It's interesting because I think he's one of the brightest of your kids. But I think that for some reason, the way in which school does it challenges him or something. It doesn't. The school is not the problem. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the school. It's not as like the school is a challenge to him. It's just the school doesn't challenge him enough. I think he gets bored quickly at school. I don't think he. I think school does not give him enough challenge, and therefore, I don't think he's getting. Again, I believe he doesn't get as much from school as he should. Yes, he's my gifted child. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I'm being brought attention to him because I think that you may want to look at what other options might be available to him, like a charter school or something, because I think that the school does not serve his best interest. And I'm not saying that I'm saying it's a combination of, again, I think he needs to be identified to school that he needs more. He just needs to be challenged more because his mind is just not being challenged as much as it needs to. And if you're not careful, he's going to be bored with school, and eventually he'll start doing poorly in school because, again, school won't challenge him enough, and he needs more challenge. So, Sandra, see if there's some kind of charter school or something that you can get him involved in, because he really does have a mind for education. He's a very bright kid. I see him going on to college if he's challenged and he's going. I can see him doing AP work. I mean, I really do think he's a bright kid. So nip this in the bud if you can. Get him involved in a higher level of classes, or get him in. Try to find like a charter school or something close by that he can enroll in to give him a whole bunch of. She says we met with a charter dual school. It's a high school college. There you go. That's my point exactly. So it sounds like you're already on top of this. I'm telling you nothing. I guess what I'm being then told is I'm confirming to you you're on the right path then. Okay, because again,
will you have to relocate for him to go to that school? I don't know. Go ahead, Don. Continue.
No, that was it. It just, again, I think that this, I was given the information as a confirmation to do what I think you're already doing, which is great. Yes, get him into that school, work him to make sure he gets into that school, pull every lever you can, do not take no for an answer, do whatever you can to get that child into that school, because it will definitely benefit him immensely, and it will pay off in the future for him in ways that you cannot even begin to imagine. Okay, so you are in the right direction. Please follow through and do whatever you have to do. If you have to go stand on someone's desk and throw a tantrum, do it to get him into that school, because again, he will feel like he's getting the education that challenges him the way he should, and he won't get bored with it. Otherwise, school's going to bore him and he's going to lose interest. Okay. That's what I got.
I'm not getting much, but maybe that's the decision that she has to make. Is it? Because I got the judgment card and they're saying you're being called. You have to make a judgment. You're being called, like your spirit, your higher power is calling you to make a decision. Because I said, well, what is she being called to do? And they're saying you're being called to make a decision. But then I got the Ace of Wands, and in this deck, this ace is rising like a phoenix, rising from the ashes. And so is there something, there seems to have been some situations in the past that had you down, or some setbacks, and then you're rising from the ashes, and you're so is it that the family is judging you? Because I got the Four of Wands again, but it made it seem like it was community, but it was maybe judgment, like you're proving to the family that you are back on track and that you don't need them in that way, or that you are, like, maybe there was gossip in the family about your situation or about whatever struggle you're going through, and now you're rising from the ashes, and then this is you proving to the family that you are making it forward. And then they're saying, and so then they show the Queen of Wands again, which is all these hands. This is your hand in everything. You're taking care of everything. You're doing what you want to do. You need to be reminded that you are on top of whatever you're supposed to do. Look at all those hands that she has out there, because she is a queen. She's nurturing. She's able to handle business and her family and her love life. Like, she's able to do it all. And so they're saying is that, I don't know if I can, wait a minute. I separated from my husband. He wants a second chance. Okay, so the judgment. There were some difficult situations and it had you down. Okay, so that makes sense. And then it's saying, oh, that's the 1111 card, the marriage card. So I thought it was a family member, but I do feel like there was a little bit of gossip in the family too. But that was the judgment. You're being called to make a decision. You have to go back either way. You either have to decide that you're going to do it or you're not. So that's the decision. You're being called to make this decision, to stand up and do whatever it is. And then that was that rising from the ashes, you getting your power back and knowing that you are worthy, knowing who you are. And then this is that, you still being able to take care of your situation, even on your own or whatever you're going through. So the one thing that I heard with this card up is to be reminded that you are powerful. You are doing what you wanted, what you're supposed to be doing, and you are the queen. You are doing all of these different things. They want you to concentrate on the number of hands that she has and all the things she's doing, because she's controlling this, she's controlling this, she's controlling this, and she's controlling this. And not in a bad, like, mama bear situation, but you are keeping a handle on every single thing. And they want you to know that you are where you're supposed to be, and do not look down on yourself and think that you're not doing what you're supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are moving forward, and more good things are coming to you. Just kind of get through this situation, get through your heartbreak, make this decision either way. They're not telling me to tell you either way. That's a heart space for you to decide whether you should go or stay. But they're saying make the decision either way. And when you do, walk forward in it. But you're rising up in a way that you never knew that you could out of a situation that tried to break you. So that's why you're that phoenix rising from the ashes in the I love the true heart cards, and I love the way that she depicts that ace. You're rising from the ashes. And so they're saying, know that you are right where you're supposed to be. You are strong. You are beautiful. The word beautiful keeps coming up. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are talented. You are doing what you're supposed to do. Like, I feel like there was some question as to whether you could make it on your own, and you proved to them as well as yourself that you could do it. And now it's just, do I want to go back, or do I want to move forward in the momentum that I'm in? And so that's something that you have to go to your higher power with, because they show me you as a praying person and as a person who has a connection, but just a little bit confused because of the circumstances that you're going through as to whether you still have that connection. They're saying you do. Just get back in there and listen to what you're receiving. He said there's always gossip in the family, but it was about whether you could do what you do, and you've already proved to them, so you don't have to prove. And not that you set out to prove to them, but you showed them you are more than what they thought you were, and that you could handle this on your own. And to just move forward in the positivity and the momentum that you're in, and whatever decision you make, it's your decision on your own. That is one thing they want me to know, because I hear voices like this. Like, maybe there's people telling, well, I would do this and I would do that, and you should this and you should or you shouldn't. And people are telling you both sides, and they're telling me to tell you this. Shut all that out. Go within and make the decision based on your own heart space and your connection with your divine person. And then it'll be the right connection. And you don't have to worry about, well, this person told me to do this. It's your heart space, your divine connection. So know that you are right where you need to be. So that's what I got. That's it, Don.
Super. Next. No matter what they say, words can bring me down.
Gotta love a love reading.
You saved me
Okay,
from
so
saying that.
what information do you have for Doris and her love interest? Oh, wow. I got the lovers card came out. As I read your question and was saying that I got the lovers card came out, but also the emperor came out. So is this person like I get good energy for this person. Like, this person is like the emperor. They show him as the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? The greatest. Like, he is where he needs to be. He's of the mindset. He's a decision maker. He's a person that is capable of directing people and leading people. So if that's not his energy, that's your energy. But I am getting the lovers, and I am getting the emperor, and then I got the princess of wands. So that's a budding new passion for me. Like, the wands for me is passion, creativity, love. And so I'm getting that news is coming, because the princess in this deck is like the page. So that's information that's coming. Good news is coming. Page of wands is good information, good news that's coming. So I get a good energy for you, for this person. I don't know what you get done.
I wasn't picking anything. I don't know why, but I was getting nothing. Sorry, Doris. I was picking up nothing.
So I got good stuff. So that's what you got. The lovers card, the emperor, which means that he is in that strong leadership energy, and then that wands, meaning more information is coming in to show you that this is a good decision and that you're moving forward. I mean, that you can move forward with this person. You're a little bit doubtful because of past relationships, but again, each relationship has to stand on its own merits, and you can't compare this relationship to what you had in the past. Every situation has to stand on their own merits. You learn from that situation, but you don't say, well, this person said this, so if you say that, that means that you're the same thing. You have to stand on your own merits, because you wouldn't want him to come in and be like, oh, well, the last person I dated had 2 kids. You got 2 kids. You probably going to be the same way. Or the last person I knew had a corporate job or didn't have a job. So you don't want that person comparing you. So you don't want to compare that person. So they're saying just let every relationship stand on its own merits. And you have that vibe, you have that connection, and you kind of feel good about this situation. So they're saying trust what you're feeling. So that's what I got.
Super. Next in line is Roseflower. How is my new year going to be like?
Do you mean the actual New Year's Day or the whole 2023? Is that what because she said my new year, meaning your New Year's Day or your whole year? Are you a person that goes to church, Roseflower, on there? Because they're showing me like you bringing it in a ceremonious kind of way. Like they're showing me the Hierophant, and for me that's tradition. That's the one that's tradition, right, Don? Hierophant. When they show you that's religion, that's institution, that's it. So is that where you usually bring it in? Oh, she says she wants to know how her 2023 is. So do you normally bring in your year like in some kind of traditional way or in some kind of church? That's how I got it. So that's generally your new year, your New Year's Day, or your going from 2022 to 2023 is going to be good. So I did get that. But as far as your whole 2023, they're saying take it one step at a time. And I got the 8 of Swords. Are you feeling like you're trapped or like something is holding you back in 2022? And this is you. I like the way that they do the 8 of Wands because these things are holding you down, but you're still trying to rise above in this deck. So these are all the things that are holding you down, but you're trying to rise above them. And so in this situation, I feel like there's a lot of things that are happening. She said we go to temple every first. Okay, because they clearly showed me you bringing in the new year that way. So what they're saying is you feel like there was a lot that held you back in 2022. And in 2023, you're hoping you're going to overcome. And this is showing me very clearly that you are overcoming, that you're feeling trapped, but you're still trying to rise above. So I love the way that she does these cards. And if you want to know, it's Rachel True from the Craft, and it's her True Heart deck. This is how she does the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is usually feeling tied up, bound, and stuck in a situation. And in this situation, they really want me to hone in on that, is that you're rising up. You're still trying to pull yourself out of it. You're not on the ground staying low. You're trying to rise above it. And they're saying that in 2023, you will leave that behind. And so the first 3 months, because that's all they're showing me, they're saying the decisions that you make in the first quarter will determine how the rest of your year go. Are you going to let this pull you back down, or are you going to overcome? You're in the momentum of pulling yourself out right now, but if you let it pull you back down, then the rest of your year could end up being a repeat of this year. So if you want to overcome, you need to continue the momentum that you have now and know that when it goes from 2022 to 2023, it's a whole new mindset. It's a whole new beginning. You're already on that momentum. So they're telling you to stay focused and to stay headed in that direction, but they're only showing me the first quarter. Decisions that you make in that first quarter determine how your rest of your year is going to be. So that's what I got. Ms. Roseflower.
Rose, I'm thinking, I want to know, Rose, did you have a health crisis? Are you still facing a health crisis? Has that been what's been bad for this year for you? Are you facing, or did you face, or are you still facing a health crisis? And did that health crisis kind of debilitate you, or to slow you down, or to take away from what the year could have brought you? Because I'm getting this feeling of kind of like Angie was talking about with one of the other readings, was this genesis of this firebird, this phoenix rising from the ashes of a rough year into a year of rebirth. And even the card that I pulled was rebirth and change. And so,
John, that's so funny. The card at the bottom of the deck was that card, and I don't want to say it. I'm like, wait a minute. I just did this, and that was a card at the bottom of the deck. The Phoenix Rising.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I was getting. So if you just found out you're diabetic, were you having issues that were, again, diabetic related that you didn't realize, and therefore they made you feel like sluggish, or sometimes you felt unbalanced, or sometimes you were feeling awful and you didn't know what to attribute it to? Again, because I feel like you've been stumbling through this health issue this year. And so maybe by finding out that you are diabetic and now getting medicine for it and getting your diabetes under control is maybe what is going to help you again in the year coming. So, So that's what I'm, again, I think I see a good year, a year of rebirth, a year of rising from what you consider to be a rough year, and not looking back. And I will again stress to you, what Angie said a little earlier is make sure you're looking in the windshield, forget about what happened in this year, let this year go, and then just move forward and try to then make this coming year all that you want it to be. Okay? That's what
Oh,
we're getting.
Terry T, who is a medical person, again, stick with your diet. With your doctor, said at Roseflower, watch your sugar levels, hon, because diabetes might be reversible in the early stages. So watch your diet and also your ex. And you know what? I was gestational diabetes when I was pregnant. And then it turned into full blown diabetes, and then I lost about 90 pounds, and I got my diet in order, and they took me off of all medication, and I've been doing good. So Terry T is right. It is reversible if you are committed to doing it. It means giving up things or doing things in moderation. Like, I'm still going to have my nothing but cakes, but I'm not going to have nothing but cakes 5 times a week, or I'm not going to have, like knowing your limits and knowing what is too much for you. How many glasses of wine is too much? So that's what I had to learn. And so it's just kind of working with your health professional and getting things done. Like walking is the only thing that worked for me. I did boot camps. I did all kinds of fitness classes, and nothing ever worked for me but walking. I literally lost 60 pounds just walking every single day, an hour or 2 hours a day, and I lost 60 pounds just walking. And then the rest of it was just, again, changing my diet. So again, your new year could be a lot better. Your 2023 is going to be better, but again, maybe that's why they're saying the decisions you make in the first 3 months are going to determine how the rest of your year is going to go. So if you want your 2023 to be that overcoming, you need to make sound decisions in the first half of the year and do the things that your doctors are telling you and your guides. I feel like you're very connected to your higher power, and you question whether what you're receiving is accurate. And they're saying it is accurate. And I'm getting goosebumps on that. They're saying you are receiving, and you need to be more in tune with what you're hearing and believe what you're hearing.
Now, Angie, I know some people who would argue with you that there is never too many glasses of wine. You know who I'm talking about. They're like, they would defend that.
Terry T said
blasphemy.
60 pounds from walking. Miss Angie, do you walk a marathon? Currently, Terry T, I'm walking 5 miles a day, and I'm doing a challenge. And if you join us on Facebook, you can join us too. In the month of December, we are doing a 100-mile challenge for December for St. Jude. I haven't posted the link yet because I haven't set it all up, but I'm taking donations, and you can donate to that. And the 100 miles for December equals about 3.2 miles a day, which is about a 5K a day. But I did do 3 half marathons, Terry T. That's 13.2 miles, and Lord help the child. I don't even know how I made it. I got my medals and everything. I did 2 ladies half marathons here, and then I did the Crim back home, and there's another. I think I did another half marathon too, but I've done several half marathons. I did a 10-mile Crim race, and I walk 5 miles a day currently. And at the time that I was walking that 60 miles, I had to take my son to daycare every morning. And so there was a little commuter bus around here. So I would put him on the bus. We would get on the bus together. I would take him to daycare. Then I would walk the 2 miles back home. And then when it was time to go pick him up, I would walk to the daycare, and then we would get on the bus back home. So I was walking about 2 hours a day. So yeah, 60 pounds. It took several months. It ain't like I would walk 60, lost 60 pounds in a month, but it took a minute. But yeah, that walking is the only thing that has ever worked for me outright. Everything else, all those boot camps, all they did was make me sore, and the walking is the only thing that worked. So again, if y'all want to join the challenge, December 1st, we start our actual official walking, and it's for St. Jude. And I'll be setting up the account for you to do it. And it's 3.2 miles a day walking.
Angie, just hearing about all that walking wore me out. I was like, I'm ready to go to bed now.
Listen, today, and then my last quarter mile, so I walk 4 miles, and then like 4 and a quarter mile, and then the last quarter mile is all uphill. I'll be panting like, ooh, it'd be something serious. Today I thought I was about to call Keena and be like, can you come pick me up? I ain't gonna be able to make it up this hill, but I made it. And you can feel it in the back of your thighs and in your butt muscles. Like it's a real, like I always tell Keena, I'm about to go walking. So you know, if you don't hear from me in about 45 minutes, come pick me up on the side of the road right there. Because that's where I just laid down. And I could take
Well, I can't even get up the hill. If I go down my hill and then go back and circle up, I can't even, I can only imagine not getting up that first hill. I'd have to have a lifeline.
Pam says she already started. I started for December too, Pam. I'm doing 5 miles now, but when we get into December, I'm bringing that back down to 3 miles, 3.2 miles, because that's what the challenge is. But I do post every day that I've been walking. I try to post something funny so you guys will see it and enjoy it. But I have been walking every day, 5 miles. And my spirit guides talk to me like today I told, they were like, what? Like I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go another route. They was like, nope, go your same route. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll do like, nope, do it. And I have to do it. Like I hear them in my ear and I'd be like, I can't stand y'all. But I get a lot of downloads and a lot of information. So I do what they say, even though I don't want to.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Next, Roseflower, hope it helped you again. Next.
Chill Zone said, I love to walk, but that's cray cray.
I have to agree. Oh my goodness.
Listen, this is what I put on all my posts. 5 miles a day keeps the fat away. So that's my motivation. If I don't walk them 5 miles a day, then the fat just gonna keep coming back and be like, hello, Angie. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's what I have to do. All right, Miss Evelyn. Okay. I saw her name and all I could think of was Evelyn Champagne King.
Mm.
She's still alive, isn't she, Don?
I haven't heard otherwise.
Because I feel like I've seen billboards here where they'd be like Evelyn Champagne King and such at the casino. So I feel like she's still, performing, or she was several years ago. I don't know when the last time I heard her. It was pre-pandemic. So
Did you hear this? Did you hear the sad news that came out 2 days ago? I think it was about 2 days ago. That Roberta Flack, her MA has gotten to the point where she won't be able to sing anymore. And I love her. I love her. She came to Scottsdale about 3 years ago. It was my birthday gift. It was before COVID. And my birthday gift was a Roberta Flack concert. So we went to it and we sat up there. And I tell you what, even, and she's 80, at that time she was like 82, and she's 85 now. And she sat down and she came out and they had to help her walk out, and they set her down at the piano.
Oh, my favorite song, She's Killing Me Softly. Is that her?
Killing Me Softly, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And just all these wonderful songs. And that voice was so in tune with what it has always been. And so there was this older woman sitting there who was struggling to play and sing, but when she sung, it was just Roberta Flack. And I was like, oh.
I have to listen to that later today or when we get offline. I love that song. And I no disregard to Lauryn Hill, but Roberta Flack? Oh my gosh. Oh, just her, that the way that voice just flows through it, and you just be like.
Yeah, there's a movie, I'm trying to remember what the movie was called, but Roberta Flack did the soundtrack for the movie, and she did the title song, "Making Love." The movie was "Making Love" with Harry Hamlin and Kate Jackson, and she did the song "Making Love" and for that movie. And
what is the movie, Don?
"Making Love," and it's Harry Hamlin and Kate Jackson. They were the main. There was one more star, O'Keefe or something like that, who was in there as well. But Harry Hamlin was one of the three. And the sound, that music is wonderful. That song was wonderful. But yeah, Roberta Flack, she had so many wonderful hits, and I was so sad when I heard that. But I felt at least that I was fortunate enough to have had the opportunity to hear her in person before. And we got to see Natalie Cole in the same venue a year before she died, and that was also something I'd always wanted to do. So I was very fortunate.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh, I loved hearing Natalie Cole. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she's such a
And Nat
beautiful
King
woman.
Cole. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
chestnuts roasting. Oh my gosh. Listen, today in my app, my music app, they already posted the Christmas list, like Christmas to classic Christmas songs and hip hop Christmas. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to start, but I was so excited about the Christmas playlist that they already created. So that is exciting for me.
I love Christmas music. You know, one of my favorite songs, and it is Whitney Houston. Um, Do you hear what
Do
I
you
hear?
hear what I hear? Oh my
Yes,
gosh, Dad, I knew you were gonna say that.
yes.
Yes.
She takes that song to a whole different level. And I know everybody loves Mariah Carey and her, whatever, but no, that Whitney song, the way she does that, it's just right here. It's just,
Oh my
boom.
gosh, Don, you gonna make me put on my Christmas list tomorrow as I walk.
Yes, yes, yes. Lord have mercy.
Oh, I
I love,
love that.
I love Christmas music. I absolutely love Christmas music. So,
I
uh,
do too. I can put it on and just listen to it. And I love Christmas music. They've already, they're already doing 24 hours of Christmas on the Hallmark Channel all
oh
day,
yeah.
nonstop. It's just Christmas music over and I mean Christmas
Oh.
movies over and over and over and over again.
So Evelyn wants a general reading if possible, and thank you, Evelyn. Yes, indeed, we can get you a general reading.
As I read the question, I heard it's okay. So you're wondering if something or some decision that you made, if it was the right decision. I heard it's okay. So and then they told me to get a different set of cards. So I got a different set of cards that I'm going to pull. But I heard immediately it's okay. Um, so
Evelyn,
let me
who is
go.
he? Evelyn, who is he? Because I'm getting this that he doesn't deserve you. So who is he? He doesn't deserve you.
Oh, maybe that's why I heard it's okay to go. But I always like to make sure that I'm hearing it correctly. It's okay to go, Doc. Maybe that's it, Doc. And maybe that's the decision that she's making. Oh, she says she's engaged. Or maybe it's okay to, oh, I heard it's okay to go. Maybe go forward with the thing. She says I'm engaged. I don't know.
I got. He doesn't deserve you. That's what I keep hearing. Oh my goodness. Angie, dig me out of this hole because what I'm getting is not.
I got the Hierophant, and then this case they said you already know. Like they're saying don't regret your decision. You already kind of know. And they're saying, did you decide to do this out of fear of not having somebody? But when this came out, they said you already know, you already have that knowledge, you already have that understanding. Stand on what you know. And it feels like you're having a battle between your spirit and your flesh. Traditional get married, don't live together, or think this through and make the right decision. So they're saying you already know. That's what I heard and then, oh my gosh, and you know what song I'm hearing? You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. You Ought to Know. That's the song that's coming up. So they're saying you already know. You are wondering if it's okay, and they're saying it's okay. You ought to know. And don't let that ring or that tradition or what you're supposed to do be what you should do. They're saying it's okay. So that's what I'm getting down. We were right on this. You know what, Don? We might be psychic. We might have a connection.
Don't tell anybody. They may not believe you. The only other thing that I
And
got
then
from
you know
that,
what? When I said she was fighting, I got that moon card. That's that
Mhm.
cardinal and that spirit, Don. Same thing.
Yeah,
What
I'm
was your
getting this.
card, Don?
I'm getting this energy again of be careful because you may the face that you learn may not be the face that you thought. So be careful. I don't know. I'm not really getting.
With the moon card, it says, vagueness. Like there's some, like his answers don't quite add up, or they don't make sense. They're kind of vague. It's kind of like, did you go to the store? Well, where did I tell you I go? Instead of saying, yes, I went to the store, it's, well, where did I say I was going? Well, that's what I did. But you don't really know that that's the true answer. It's just kind of playing around with the questions that you're answering. And then there's like deception. They're like, your intuition is high. You know, these are both two powerful intuition cards. They're saying you ought to know. You know the answer. Don't be afraid to make that decision to move on. And then I'm getting victory. You'll as long as you make the right decision, you'll overcome and you'll get that victory, and you'll get the success that you want. But they're saying, you know, this is all tied together, because immediately I said that cardinal and that spirit, and that's what this is. That cardinal side and your spirit side fighting, and then you deciding, well, you're supposed to get married, so we should get married. We shouldn't just live together. We should do this. We should do that, because that's that institutional thinking. That's that religion. That's that, you know, this is what we're supposed to do. And then this is saying, if you make the right decision, you'll have victory. But if you don't, you'll be upset with what's going on. And then the next card, oh my gosh. It's keeping you up. It's keeping you up at night. You're not able to make that. It's really weighing on you heavily. And they're saying, again, another sword. You're in your thoughts, but you know what decision to make, and you're letting it worry you. That's what they're showing it to me. And they clearly told me to get another set of cards. So again, go within and see, you know, what you want to do. Don't make your decision based on what I'm telling you, because I'm just telling you what the guides are telling me and what the spirit is telling me. But make your decision based on your true understanding of how you feel and how you want to move forward. But they're saying you ought to know, like literally, you ought to know by Alanis Morissette. Even if that helps you might want to go listen to You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, and I'm getting, Evelyn, are you a little bit older? I don't think I'm not getting the 20s. I'm getting like 30s, 40s. Is this like a second time around, or is this just the first relationship, or the first marriage, but after many years? Because I'm getting that you're not a young woman. Not saying you're old, please don't get me wrong, but again, that you're that makes
woman of a particular age. That's how I say it now. Of a particular age, that means 40 and up. 40 and up, woman of a particular age.
Yes, because I'm sensing there was a thing there, and then the other thing that was coming to me, 50. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's I was getting that feeling, and so it's like I'm feeling like you're drawn to it because of your certain age. And then the other thing that was is be careful. And I was told to ask you to think about, to focus on or have questions about finances, because again, finances are a way to understand the individual or something. I don't know. All I know is that I'm being told finances, and you need to pay attention to finances. Look to finances, and you'll know your answer. So that's what I'm getting at.
You know what they just brought up to me? So the other day I was having a conversation with my friend, and she was telling me about this story where she saw it's something on TikTok about nurses with purses. And so these are people who are nurses who have a good job or have a good income. And then there's men who are attaching to them because of their benefits or because of that they're nurses. And these people have health problems. So they rush you into marrying them and get intertwined and get on their health care. And then you end up taking care of somebody who is not healthy. But it's called Nurses with Purses. And she brought that up to me the other day. And so
that's sad and scary.
Isn't that weird? Is that people are there? Listen, well, I knew somebody who was getting a divorce, and the male in there, that's what he wanted. Can I stay on your insurance? Like, we can get the divorce, and I won't give you any trouble if you let me stay on your insurance, because insurance is high. And so a lot of people want to say, you know, that that stability, that insurance, that good health care. So be mindful. But they said You Ought to Know is the only song that I hear playing in the back of my head. So
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and ignore the cultural things, because I'm getting. I don't think I get it. I'm getting a cultural issue here where you feel compelled to marry because of cultural stereotypes or cultural feelings of a woman should be married or whatever. I'm getting the feeling like you're in a culture that is more machismo based, more I don't know, that arrogant macho crap, and I don't mean to insult your culture. Please don't. That's, Lord have mercy. That's not what I meant. But I'm saying, from our culture's point of view, that kind of attitude of a man has a place and a woman has a place. That's what I'm getting, is this feeling like you're part of a culture that is that expects a woman to be something, and she has a role, and she's a role only when she's connected to a man. So a man somehow gives her value, and I'm just kind of concerned that that's where your head is with this, and not just the fact that you are in a relationship. And again, I don't know where you're from. I have no idea, but I'm getting that energy of you're from a culture where, again, a woman, where you're feeling like you are complete once you're married to a man, once you're connected to a man.
Well, Don, that goes right back to the very first card, tradition, that hierophant, wanting to do what you're supposed to do. So that totally aligns with it. Yep.
Evelyn, where are you? Where are you from? Where are you located? And again, or where's your heritage? Because again, I'm getting this sense. Are you on the African continent, or are you somewhere on the island, one of the islands or something? I don't know. Again, I'm not getting that. I'm getting this feeling of.
She said Mississippi.
Mississippi. Lord, I was not getting Mississippi.
The Bible Belt?
But yeah, it makes sense in the Bible. I guess that would make sense. But I was getting really disconnected in a different way. I was getting like, yeah, wow. Okay. Lord have mercy.
As soon as she said Mississippi, I could see y'all going to marriage counseling and the pastor telling you to do whatever your husband tells you to do. Forgive your husband, blah, 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 blah. The Bible Belt, honey. So that's where that tradition, that's where that institutional thinking came in. We're supposed to. We can't live in sin. We have to get married. It has to be this way. And it seems to be a rush. But for one, that's probably why, well, you asked for a general, but it came up quickly about this person. And it's like you have that sixth sense. It's like a gut. They're giving me that tightness in my gut. Like there's just something that's just not quite right. And they're taking me right back to that vagueness. There's something vague about the answers that you receive or the information that doesn't quite add up. 1 + 1 isn't equaling 2. It's kind of 1 + 1 = C. And you're like, that doesn't make sense. And so the answers that you're receiving aren't making sense. And they're saying, follow your gut. That's your guidance. That's your inner God. That's your prayer. That's your red flag. That's your small whisper. You know what I'm saying? All those things that they say that happen in the beginning, that's what all that is. So that's what I'm getting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So who is next in line? Hopefully it helps you, Evelyn. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but it's what you needed to hear. So
honest.
Yep. Honest to a fault. That's for sure. All right. And very good. Very good. And just reminding everybody, Thanksgiving's coming up. And so love from Angie and I.
This is my
And I got to get Mr. Pointer in here because I haven't seen him in a little while. So we got to get him in.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I feel so official when you do that, Don. Every single time I feel so official.
Oh, Angie, you're just too funny.
Literally, the laugh is so infectious that's how I end up laughing when I watch it, is because it's just that infectious. I love it. I don't even remember what show that was. I mean,
70s show.
Was, but it's so funny to me.
Yeah, it's that 70s show.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I saw many laughs when I went looking for a laugh, and her heartiness of that laugh, and it's so unique. It's not just a ha, it's a it's a funny thing. So I love it. I absolutely love it. And don't forget tomorrow, everybody, join in if you don't mind. Tune back in tomorrow morning with Shauna and I when we're back on. As a reminder. And I am still working on mine and Angie's commercial. I've been working on the commercial for freaking ever. And it's like nothing gels properly. And I'm like,
I don't understand how much time that takes. I have a friend who used to do production. Actually, I have a friend. Her name is Danielle. She's the post-production coordinator on the show Yellowstone. Like, she's big time. Yeah. I said, you're my famous friend, Danielle. And she posted it yesterday, and I'm always so proud of her. She used to work for Tyler Perry too on a lot of his shows, and now she has moved on and she works for she's a post-production coordinator for Yellowstone. I just love her to death. She was one of my roommates in college. She was so I remember her with that little bang and that little scarf when she first came to school. And now look at her, post-production coordinator on Yellowstone. Like, what?
I think that show needs a storyline with a psychic, and they need to be calling us, you know, as being their professional, you know, advisors on that.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. However, we need to get it out there. They keep putting us in little incremental connections to greatness. Just go ahead and put us out there. We're ready, people. We're ready.
Exactly. We've already got the greatness part down. We'll fit right in.
Exactly. We're ready. Just do it.
Yes,
all
and
I'm
we're not
trying to
arrogant at all.
We're
We're damn
funny,
good.
damn it. We're funny, damn it.
Exactly.
By then, I'll have the perfect pair of glasses. Like, I'll be ready. I'll have my glasses.
Absolutely. So who is next in line? Is it Samantha or Pamela
It's
or
Firefly. Kina has her up on the screen, but she says she's
Firefly?
not.
Oh, I didn't see her. Okay. I haven't
Firefly,
seen
are you still here?
her. Firefly, I think you're gone like your little person that you're asking the question about. I think you both.
Oh, nope, she's back. There she is.
Alrighty then.
I got that he was kind of like where's this coming from? Like he like I don't think that he thinks that his behavior is that bad or that whatever you were saying to him is like, well, I don't feel like I treat you that way, or I don't feel like I'm doing those things. And it's kind of like, how dare you say that about me? But you were honest about your feelings. And I just don't think that he was considering your feelings completely in the situation. It was like he was doing whatever. And you're like, no, you're still, I feel like you've said things, you know, a couple of times, like they're reminding me of the time that I had to keep telling somebody, I'm a lady. You can't talk to me like that. I'm a lady. And so it felt like this was one too many times. And you're like, we need to have this discussion and let you know the bottom line or my walk away or whatever it is. Like, we need to get this in alignment, and you're either going to move forward with me or I'm going to move forward without you. And so I feel like this person was taken back because they just didn't see the relationship like that. Like, they didn't see that they were treating you like that. I don't know if it'll scare them off, but they definitely didn't think that they were doing that. And they may not want to change at this point in their life. So I'm getting that they definitely were surprised by what you were saying, and I don't feel like they were in agreement with it. She said, yes, it was him not reciprocating. And it's kind of like, you know, I do all this, and this. Like, maybe if you do 10 things and he does one thing, and then he's not even appreciative about that, it's just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like, I went to Starbucks and I got you a mocha latte, and what you really like is a green tea lemonade. At least I went to Starbucks. I was thinking about you. So it doesn't matter what you actually wanted. It's just, well, I did whatever I was supposed to do. It's kind of like, this is what I was supposed to do, and I did it, and you're just not appreciative. And so I just don't think that he's had anybody who has significantly stood their ground and not just been like, oh, you're the greatest ever, twirling their little hair and just, you know, like, oh, okay, if that's what you say. You're not that type of person. You seem to be a person who is very specific, and you have a standard as to what you want to be treated like. And this person hasn't had anybody to define themselves in that way. So I think this person is still a little bit perplexed as to, like, is she mean? Is she demanding? Is she controlling? Or am I really treating her that way? Is the kind of energy that I got down. And that's it.
I kind of got a two on that one. Are you sure you're not parked in the friend zone and you thought it was more than the friend zone? Because again, I'm not even sure that you were in the same zone as he was in. And when you talked to him about it, he was like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Were you both under the assumption you were in a relationship? Because again, I'm getting this feeling like you were parked in the friend zone, but you didn't realize you were in the friend zone until he told you. And then he's thinking, wow, I'm surprised that I misled you. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, that's why, because when it said, how does he feel after our chat, it was kind of like, wait, what? that's how it was. That's the kind of look that I got. I'm like, wait, what? Like surprised at what you were saying.
Yeah, she said that's why I wanted ask for clarity. He didn't know what he wanted. Yeah, yeah. I think you guys are in. I think you both may be in a relationship, but I'm not sure you're in the same relationship as. I don't know. Again, I think you're thinking one thing and he's thinking another. So I think you both are in a relationship together, but I think the relationship together is two different relationships based on your. You get the point.
I definitely get the point. Like, yeah. Again, again, you're moving forward or with him or without him, and he's kind of like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it says you said there. I got the impression this was just casual. Yeah, because again, I think you're in the friend zone. I think you're parked in the friend zone. I don't think you're. If anything, you're the Mrs. Right now, but you're not Mrs. Right. But I think it's more casual as a friend zone. I don't think that. I think you wanted more. He did not see it as more, and I think that was just the failure to communicate. And I don't think I also don't think you can really hold it against him because again, it takes two to communicate. So
she says so he just wants to be friends. Yes, that's kind of what the friend zone, yeah, kind of is how I'm getting it. But also you don't seem to be a person who likes to be in that chaotic state or that confused state. You like, look, it either is or it isn't. We are or we are not. Let's define this. I'll move on either way. I just need to know. You don't seem to be totally attached to like, oh my God, if we don't be together, then I'm going to fall apart. It seems to be, I just need to know either way. Am I moving on and finding somebody else or are we moving forward? And so now that you know, I feel like it'll be a clean break and you'll just go.
And I think it's good that you had the conversation. And I think part of you was hoping that when you had the conversation, it would wake him up and make him think, okay, well, maybe this is something more. But again, I think that even having the conversation, even the realization, I still believe that relationship is not going to alter in any way, in any way in which he sees the situation than it is now. So again, I don't see that going anywhere beyond the friend zone.
He said he didn't want to put a label on it. We don't. We can just end it and there's no label.
No, when he said he didn't put a label on it, give me a break. As soon as he said that, you knew what that meant. Come on. Lord have mercy. I don't want to put. If you'd like it, then you put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, give me a break. Beyonce made a hit about it. Give me a break. If you don't want to label it, you knew what he was saying. You knew.
Well, I don't want to label what we're doing. Excuse me. That's like you going into work and they're like, well, I don't really want to put a label on what you do. Excuse me. What am I doing? What am I being paid for? Like, I need some move on. You're. I don't want to say that you're better than him, but you're worthy of more than what he's offering. But now that you know, I feel like you'll just disconnect.
Yeah, and for you to unplug your mind and unplug your brain, so where you don't want to hear what he said. Come on, you knew when he told you those words, you knew exactly what that meant. That was not even code. That wasn't even code. That was a more direct language telling you, put it in park. We're in the friend zone. Bye bye. Okay.
Exactly.
Won't be
guys. Continue to remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, indeeder. Yes, indeeder.
All right, Keena, who's next? Sorry, Firefly. But I hope that gives you some closure and that you can move on.
You can still be friends, though, which is good because maybe, again, you have good friendship. But I don't think the chemistry that you're one... Again, I think you're beyond friendship, and I think you're hurt now. So I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Who is next? If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. A general on what's ahead for 2023, please. I'm still here. Okay. Samantha, I love that at the end. I'm still here.
Cynthia, the list is going across the bottom. If you don't see your name across the bottom, then you're not on the list. We've been on for 2 hours, and the way that we put you on the list is that you post a question, and then we pin your question, and when it's your turn, then we pull your question up. So if you don't see your name across the bottom, that means you did not post a question, and that we did not pin your question and you're not on the list. And I don't see your name, so I don't think that you're on the list. Exactly. But again, I'm gonna be on back in the morning with Miss Shauna. Don't even ask me what time, just in the morning. If you like, share, subscribe, you'll figure it out. And then Sunday, I'll be back at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and Shauna will be back again Monday. Is it 10 a.m., Don? On her time? 10 a.m. East Coast time. East Coast time. You're welcome. Hope to see you back tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. A general on my 2023 plays. They're showing me the star card immediately because you're hoping that 2023 will just be a lot better than 2022. A lot of people are wanting to leave 2022 behind because technically for them, leaving 2022 behind ends the pandemic officially for a lot of people. I feel like that's the feeling that they're getting. So 2020, 2021, it was kind of up and down, and they feel like there's a little bit more stability. But when we get into 2023, we'll totally leave it behind is how they're feeling. And it won't be so much headache for us. So I do feel like that's what it is. Everybody wants to get into 2023 so we can totally shut down and say the pandemic is over and that we're moving forward. With our life. Ironically, 2023 is a 7-year, which is a completion. And so a lot of people will, when I see completion like that, 2 + 2 + 3, so that's 4 + 3 is 7. So again, that's completion. That's, the way that they're showing me is in 7 days or 6 days that God made the earth, the heavens and the earth, and then on the 7th day he rested. So 7 is a completion, but it's also standing your ground and maintaining. You made it through the pandemic. You made it through all these struggles. You got the victory of the 6 of Wands. Now it's 7, holding your place with that victory and seeing the fruits of all the labor that you put in, all the things that you did to maintain, to hold your place, to get forward. They're saying that this is your year to stand your ground and to dig in and to make progress. But they're saying that it's going to be a sweat of your brow year. Like it's going to be hard work. Like they literally show me you climbing this mountain to get to this top, but you have these 2 sticks, which would be wands, and you're, really making that climb. And so it is going to be a bit of a struggle for you. They're only showing me the first quarter. They're not giving me the full longevity of the year because a lot of momentum is set in the first year. A lot of people in their when they set those New Year's resolutions, by week 3, week 2, they're already giving up on them. And so that's why the first quarter, everybody who's asked me about 2023, Spirit only shows me the first quarter because a lot of decisions you make in that first couple months dictate how the rest of your year will be. If you're still in that energy of 2022, then 2023 is going to be more of the same. But if you are of a new mindset and you're striving for something totally different and not continuously looking back, your 2023 will be better. But I am getting it's a completion of a cycle, and that you will be able to move forward. But a lot of it depends on the decisions that you're making. Are you going to listen to your spirit guides, or are you going to live in fear? Because they're literally showing me this is fear and this is your power. Your power is going directly up. They're literally showing me a beam going directly up to your higher power because you seem to be somebody who's connected, but not necessarily believing. And so they're saying it's all dependent on what you want. What intention are you setting for the new year? What intention are you setting for how you want the year to start? And so you're thinking like, oh, you know what? I'll just muddle through 2022. And then hopefully by 2023, everything will just miraculously start. These are things that you set in motion now. You have a good 6 weeks to say, this is how I want my year to start off. This is what I want to do. You don't have to wait for 2023 to start. You can already set those intentions for the new year to be better. And so they're saying your 2023 will be exactly as you set your intentions or exactly as you make those decisions to make your 2023 better. So that's what I'm getting for you. I will pull one card while Don is doing his reading, but essentially they're saying the first 3 months are very powerful for you, but you have to decide how you want to move forward and what you want to accomplish. So if you want to buy a house in the first 3 months, maybe you look up, getting a pre-approval, saving some money, finding out what you want to do. So as you move through 2023, you make better decisions. So that's what I'm getting about 2023.
Samantha, did your mom cross over? Is your mom on the other side? The person I'm getting somebody who's crossed on the other side. It seems like a mother figure, and she's coming through because I'm getting something about your daughter. About your daughter and a potential wedding this coming year. Do you have a daughter who's? I'm being showed a wedding. I'm being showed walking down the aisle, and it's like a daughter energy walking down the aisle. Her name is something like Clara or Kara. The daughter, that is it Kara or Clara?
She said the mom is still alive.
Okay. Do you have a daughter who's somewhere, you're not yet 30s, named Kara or Clara or something like that? Because again, I'm seeing her going down the aisle. I'm seeing they're showing me with your daughter going down the aisle. Is she married or has she not married yet? Because again, I'm seeing her getting married or something about a wedding this year for her. And is that name her name? Her daughter's name is Kiara. Okay, Kiara. And is Kiara married yet? Because again, I'm seeing a walk down the aisle. And again, if there's a spirit here that's talking to me about this energy. Let's see. She just went through a breakup. Okay. Don't be surprised if that breakup becomes more than a temporary breakup. But I'm seeing her going down the aisle again next year. I'm seeing her going down the aisle again next year. So she got cheated on. Okay. And I see her. She's a beautiful, dark-haired, slender woman. She's beautiful from the image they're showing me. And I see her in a beautiful gown and so forth. I don't see her in like an over-the-top gown, but I do see her going down the aisle. So I think that she's going to move beyond this person, and don't be surprised if she gets married this coming year. So anyway, that's what I'm getting. That's all I'm getting, Angie, is that, again, the spirit here is telling me about the daughter. The daughter will get over this, and she will not go back to that person. She will find a new person, and by the end of this coming year, she will be married again.
Oh, wow. Well, all I got was that she needs to set the pace for her 2023. Like, it's not just like, fate being like, you're a puppet and you do whatever I say. It's what intentions do you want? Make some lists. Like one thing that they're reminding me of is I had a friend that I used to work with a few years ago. Every year she set goals for her year. At the beginning of the year, she set goals. These are the things I wanted to accomplish. And throughout the year, she would check them off. And, as to how she was getting to them. And her very first or second year that she made the list, she accomplished everything on there. She wanted to buy a house, so she bought a house. She wanted a new job, she got a new job. She had a child with her. She got married and she had a child with her husband. So everything she put on that list, and it wasn't a very long list, maybe 5 or 6 things. She just checks them off as they're happening. And they're saying sometimes you just need to set that goal or that intention as to what you need, and that's what you'll get.
And if I could go back to the woman again, since not your mom, again, it's a woman who died from like a heart attack. She died from a heart attack or stroke, and again, she's a family member. She's a motherly kind of energy. So again, she could be a grandmother or whatever. But and does she have the same name, or is her name similar to Kara or whatever? I'm sorry, you told me the name and Kiara, is that what it is? I don't know. Anyway, does she have a similar name? Because I'm just curious why this woman would come in. I'm trying to make the connection who this woman is if it's not your mother. It's a very motherly figure. And again, she died from a heart attack, or I'm getting, again, the chest, the heart and the chest area. So yes, and Linda, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a new love. Again, she's moving on from this one. This breakup is done, and she needs to move on. But this new love coming in is going to sweep her off her feet, and she will be marrying this new love. That's what I'm getting. Absolutely.
I love that. Please send your invites to come let us know when the wedding is. We love to come to a wedding. We love to come to a wedding.
Yep. So there you go. Who is next, Kina? Kay Weezy, I read for you this morning. You said you always miss out. if you remember, I even got your name wrong, and you corrected me from being J Weezy to K Weezy. I told you about the rap music you're going to be involved in. I told you about the name Jay and who's going to be helping you. I gave you a very intense reading this morning. So when you come in here saying we miss you, you must have missed something this morning, because I gave you a very good intense reading about your music, about how we even talked about, you even named the guy's name, the rapper's name, and I told you about him and how he was one of the three and how he died. But again, how his music was different, how he had the 2-1 sampling, and how you need to separate your music. So I have no clue why you would come in here and say you're always missed, when the morning you got a damn good reading.
He gonna say, "Oh, I thought that was you." Really? You didn't know that was him?
All those
You're
white people
on
don't be
his
like.
he's on your Facebook. It's your face. It's not even paired. It's your Facebook that he's on. And you know what? He comes in with that every week. Every time that he comes in, I never get a reading for y'all. And I'll tell him every time, we don't do pity parties. Like if you're in, our list fills up in like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that long for the list to be closed. But I don't like people who lie. Like, you do know that we're psychic, right? Like, we are going to remember that we read you, or we're going to know that you're trying to do a pity thing for us. Like, come in and be like, hey, can I have another reading? But don't try to do a pity party or lie to us like that. We are psychic. We do know. We do remember. Even our guides be like, he don't think that we know that we just read him this morning. And so we get it. Say that you didn't hear it. Say that you want another reading, but don't lie and make it be like, I never get a reading. Though, to me, those are inflammatory words that mean that they're just, you're using them to mislead and try to get yourself thrown on a list because you see that it's closed. And he gave you a very good reading. Like, I don't like when people do stuff like that. We love having you in the comments, but don't do stuff like that. Like that is insincere. And then that is, and then it's disheartening to make it seem like, oh, we're intentionally skipping you, or we're not being nice to you, especially when we really do tap into, I don't know what y'all think we be doing, but when I sit here or you see me looking up or you see me going through these cards, I am literally asking my guides the questions that you're asking me. Like, I'm trying to find this information. So it's disheartening when you come on here, act like it's just like I'm just making this stuff up, or that I'm not really tapping into this energy. This is a lot of work. Sometimes when I get off of here, I'm exhausted, and I just would like for y'all to just be appreciative and not be like untruthful in the comments. Like, we do enjoy having you here, but please be honest. Exactly. Tiffany Brosnan said it's exhausting to tap in. Keena says she exhausted now and she just behind the scenes. Like, y'all don't understand what it means when we say tap in. We're literally going into a higher realm, a higher energy to get this information and to tell you this stuff. We're not just making it up. This is literally me going to my God and being like, okay, well, she said, does Jason still have feelings or attraction for his baby mama Rose? I literally go to my God and say that, and then they give me a response. But it takes energy to go into there. And do you see me drinking this water? That's why they tell you to stay hydrated, because that takes a lot of energy out of you. We're just asking you all to be appreciative.
Yeah. And again, I wouldn't be so irritated. Just that this morning we had the reading, and again, I was so connected that I was able to tell you things that you even yourself knew and you could confirm. So again, it's just one of those things. That's all. It's just.
And then if you don't remember the reading, did you just disregard everything I said? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like going to your therapist and they tell you to do something. You're like, oh, whatever. I don't remember what she said. I'm just gonna go to the next therapist. Like, we really, really work hard at this for you guys.
Absolutely. So Pamela, you are next. Pamela P. Love. Question, please.
Samantha, exactly the same. I have that situation too that you're mentioning in the comments. So everything you said with yes, exactly. We are the same, Samantha. That same journey that you're talking about. Yep. All right. So Miss Pamela, this is our lady who posts your affirmations every single morning. I love seeing her name. Okay. So does Jason still have feelings? I'm just gonna ask them. Does Jason still have feelings or attraction for his baby mother Rose? I think she's still here. I thought I saw her in the comments.
Pamela, are you still here? She is right there.
Oh yeah, okay, there she goes. Okay. So does Jason still have attraction to his no, I feel like I need to ask that away in to imply romantic attraction, not just feelings for his baby mama. So is Jason still romantically attracted to his baby's mother?
It's spinning in a circle for me, so it's inconclusive.
A circle for me is a yes, and I'm getting a yes that he is still attracted. And as it's spinning, I heard, and he's still having sex with her.
Ooh.
Or he's still seeing her, like in some kind of way, like he is still, you know.
Condoms
Is
for Christmas.
it a new baby? It doesn't feel like it's an old baby. Like, is the baby under a year? Because they're reminding me of something I said to somebody when they had a child. New babies or babies bring up romantic feelings about somebody, like, oh, you gave birth to my child, or oh, this is a romantic feeling. So I feel like the baby is a little bit new, like under one. I don't feel like it's an older baby, but I do feel like this person is still seeing that person and having some interaction with that person. He said, oh no, he's incarcerated. He definitely still has feelings for that person. What? Wait a minute, what? Then why do you?
What did I miss?
She said, no, he's incarcerated. So, and let me tell you about this meme I said. There's 50 states in the United States, and your person is in jail. That's who you interested in, somebody who's incarcerated. All the free men walking around, and the person that you want to know about is this person.
But is this your son? Is that why you're, or is that your daughter? Is that why you're curious about that relationship? Is there a familiar connection between
I
you
think
and?
that's someone she's interested in. Terry T said 8 billion people in the world. Terry T, is that the new number? Because I heard the other day that we went, that's the new number, 8 billion. There it is.
Yep. Yep. And they believe that we're going to hit the 9 billion even faster. It took us 150 years to hit the 8 billion, and it's going to be even faster for the 9th. Yeah.
I don't feel like it's her son. I feel like it's somebody that she's interested in, and I'm getting a move on. Like, seriously, this is the person that you want to be with, somebody that you can't listen. If we in a relationship and we can't have relations, the judge broke us up. I keep telling y'all that the judge broke us up. As soon as you got sentenced, the judge broke us up. I'm not waiting. I'm not the ride or die person. I'm not the person that's going to do a bid for you. None of that. The judge broke us up. They be like, oh, he got 15 to life. Oh, okay, well, have a nice life. I hope that however it works out for you, it's over, it's done. They can give you 6 months. I ain't even wait 6 months on you. I'm just going to be done.
He is a person I've known for 18 years. He tried it, but not worth him. Mm-hmm.
Then why do you want to know? Had I known this was a third party that you had no romantic feelings for, but I don't feel like you're being honest about that. I feel like you do want to. I wouldn't have answered the questions because I don't like to tap into somebody else's relationship. I thought this was somebody you were dating and you wanted to know if he wanted to be with somebody else. I don't like tapping into somebody else's relationship just because you generally want to know. That to me, that is like reading somebody else's journal or tapping into somebody else's relationship. Had I known or had I understood that that's what the relationship was, I wouldn't have tapped in because, again, that's none of your business. I wouldn't have spiritually went in because I feel like that's deceptive to go into somebody else's energy in a relationship that you don't that you're not a part of. The only reason I answered the question is because I thought you were trying to figure out if this person was cheating on you. And if you're saying that you just generally wanted to know, which I don't believe, I believe that you do have romantic feelings for this person, or you do have some kind of feelings for this person. That's why you want to know, because otherwise, why would you want to know? I know people who are in jail, but I don't be like, oh, do he still want to be with his baby mama? The only reason you would want to know that is if you kind of sort of wanted to consider this person, is kind of how I got it. So I wouldn't have, I definitely wouldn't have done that. So just so you guys know, if you're not a party to the relationship, don't ask me about the relationship.
So Jen, Jasmine, and Joe, are you here? Jen, I've got your question already up. Please confirm you're here before we read. Otherwise, we will move on. Jasmine, confirm you are here. Otherwise, we will move on. And GEL, Jill Navales, or whatever it is, again, same thing. If you do not respond, we're going to move on. So let us know you are here before we read, please.
There's a Nate. Did you say Nathan too? There's a Nathan on the list.
No, it's a gel something.
No, then there's a Nathan M. And wait, okay. So you haven't gotten that far. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many.
No.
Jasmine is here.
Jasmine's
And
here.
Jen
Okay,
is here. Jen is here too. Okay.
So Jen, you're first, then Jasmine, you're next. What does Spirit have for me in job stability, my health, and Dan, what do you want to know? Because there's like all kinds of questions here. Give us which one do you want to know? I'm not going to give you a full dissertation of your life. Help us out here. Give us, whittle this down to one question, Jen, if you could, because that's a lot of questions. Lord have mercy.
This is something that you would have in like a 30 to 60 minute reading. You're asking a lot. Like, my guides are going to give me one area for you. Like, this is literally a full, I'm paying for a reading situation. This is a bit much. Like, Jesus Christ, people. I'm going to take the first thing because that's what you listed. So I'm going to assume that you listed them in the order that you wanted to know. In job stability, I get, are you working for someplace that is making a lot of layoffs? Because when I start in job stability, I got to know. And then I heard layoffs. So I feel like you're working at a place that has been doing layoffs, or that you feel like you're going to get laid off. And I'm getting that you might. So you may need to, like, it's because I hear it's unfortunate that someone would do this around Christmas, but I'm hearing that you need to really be looking for something else. And if you don't have anything, hello, Brandon, you definitely need to be getting yourself out there, but I'm not getting job stability in the situation that you're in now, because I heard the word layoffs immediately. So that's what I got on your job stability. Don, if you want to take another area, then that's it, but I'm not answering all those questions. That's a paid reading.
Let me.
Even Miss Linda said, start looking. Like, I didn't get a positive vibe on your job stability. You really need to start looking. And I just took the first thing because, again, I assume you put it in the order that you wanted to know. And then she said in depth, like this will take 40 minutes to give you all that information. You confirmed that. Okay. Does that mean you're confirming that, yes, there are layoffs, but I am getting that I'm just going to give you one card regarding the job stability, but I am getting that there's probably going to be layoffs. Go ahead and grab your cards, Crystal. You can go ahead and do it. We love when you guys help us out in the comments, because it just shows that we're all in alignment and that what we're saying is true. And then it's a different perspective. So maybe we got job, maybe you'll get health, or maybe you'll get something else. But as far as your job stability, I'm going to know. But it could be if you look for something else. And I get that you kind of have been thinking about it. You just haven't left. But if you want a severance, you can wait, but I'm getting that it's going to happen maybe just before Christmas, which sucks. She reworded the question and put the same thing. But again, for your job stability, I'm getting a no.
I'm getting health. Be careful about overindulgence. Please be conscientious about what it is you're taking into your body and what you're doing with it, because that's the only concern I see is that if you're not careful, the overindulgence is not going to be positive for you. It's going to it's going to add to health issues. So again, watch what you're eating this year. Spend a little time focusing on your diet and restrictions and so forth and so on.
Are you thinking about going back to school? Because again, I got the Hierophant, and then that's traditional, that's institution, that's being structured. And so, are you thinking about going to school? And if you are, I gotta know that. Oh, she says she is laid off. Okay. Oh, just got paid off. Just got laid off on the 8th. Okay, because I definitely heard laid off. Okay, so definitely. They're saying, but now you're thinking, oh, I should go back to school and get some education. They're saying, no, I heard a no immediately on if you're thinking that you should go back to school. But I feel like you are planning, you are of that mindset where you're thinking, okay, well, what do I want to do next? If in a perfect world I could work where I wanted to be and do what I wanted to do, what would it be? Is there something that you'd like to do at IT? Like, it seems to be something strange. Like, do you like to do IT help desk? Like, where most people would be like, that seems to be something that you would like, something where you help people. Because I heard IT and then I heard help desk. And then I got that weird face where most people would hate IT help desk, but you seem to be something that you would like to do. And so I'm getting, you're very much out there looking. So that's that planning stage. And this is like, the world is in his hands. They want me to show you that the world is in his hands because these are the decisions that you make to move forward. So your next job needs to be something that fits your lifestyle. Do I want to be remote, work from home? Do I want a shorter commute? How much money do I want to make? Where do I want to work? What do I want to do? Do I want to deal with people? Do I want to be on the phone? Do I want to be on a computer? And they're saying that you're no, I wasn't being a hater, Crystal. We're saying, yes, we want you to help out. And so I'm getting that you really do need to make plans. Like, whatever job you choose needs to be something that you really, really want to do. So that's the focus that I'm getting. But I'm getting that, no, you should not go back to school. If that's what you're thinking, that's not the education that you need. You do have enough skills to do something else. And I'm getting IT. She said IT is life. Oh, that's Crystal. Oh, Crystal, I wasn't being, that's why you said I was being a hater. Okay. But I'm getting that you're a person who wants to help people. So if I'm wrong about IT, then I don't know, because they literally showed me the words IT, and then I saw help desk, and then I saw you being proud of your accomplishments and being able to help somebody. So I'm getting that a no if you're thinking about going to school, but yes on IT, or yes on what you're doing, because you're wondering, am I doing this right? Like, this is a horrible time to be laid off. This is so bad. And what I'm getting is, yes, you are on track. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Do not doubt yourself in this season, but they are telling me to tell you to watch your words. If you were a person to be like, oh, I hate working here. Oh, I'm so tired of this job. I wish I had a new job. This is your opportunity to get that. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. If you said, oh, I can't stand such and such, I don't want to work here, I can't wait to find a new job, I want to make more money, sometimes spirit has to work behind the scenes to make you do that, because you wouldn't have done it otherwise. And so they're making it seem like this was a tower moment for you, and this is your fresh start, because the next thing they're showing me is an ace. So this is your fresh start for you to be able to get the job that you want, and to make the money you want, and to set the parameters for how you want to do it. But this is your control season. So that's what I got. Yes, thinking of going back to school, and all I see is debt. Like, literally, your money is going down, 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 like this. Like, it's a meter, and you know how it tells you on your phone how much power you have? Yours is going down, 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 like this. Like, school does not seem to be a good thing unless it's something that you really, really need to do. But I'm getting that oh, she did say I like helping people. So there's a lot of skills that you have. And they're saying your resume needs to be updated to the point where it uses keywords. Like, you need to use key search words in there, like words that are action words that make it seem like, I earned, I facilitated, the words that when people are searching, they want somebody who's a leader, or who, increased their this, or productivity was this. Like, those are the words that you need to do. Like, your resume doesn't seem to really express the amount of talent you have, skills you have, or experience you have. You're kind of light on what you're doing. And you could either go to some place where they'll help you to get your resume updated, or you need to work on it and just kind of use some keywords, or like find the job that you want and use some of the description that's in there. I do that all the time. So that's what I got.
Well, it sounds like what's ahead of you maybe better than what you had before. So it sounds like this may actually be a positive step forward for you. Maybe one that you would not have taken if not for being liberated from your job. You would maybe have stayed there and been unhappy. So maybe this was a way to be liberated and to see your way into a new position, and maybe even a new possibility, maybe possibly a new career or a new direction, something more in line with your chakras and with your path, because apparently this previous one was not. Anything else, Angie, before we pop on?
No, I just wanted Keena to post her comment that she said, decide what you want, then reject everything else that doesn't look like it. Like, if this is what you want, then that's what you need to focus on. And don't, like, if you think that school is the thing to do, then go. Don't listen to me and not go to school. But if that's what you're thinking, then go. But I clearly heard school, no. And so, like Keena says, decide what you want. This is how I want to move forward, and then reject everything else that doesn't look like that. So I like that affirmation. And then Miss Linda said that she just got a major pay cut a few weeks ago, but she knows that Spirit has another plan for her, and she believes in infinite abundance, and she thanks God for providing all of her wants and needs. Again, a beautiful thing. It's another variation on what Don says. Again, it's the power of that affirmation. I believe in infinite abundance, and all my wants and needs are met. So just setting that positive mindset. And for you, you feel like this is a setback, but it is, and this is how they're showing it to me. It's like, you ever seen somebody with a slingshot? You have to pull it back in order to get that momentum to propel it forward. So this is a setback to propel you forward. So again, it feels like you're at a loss, but you're going to power forward. And I'm feeling like you'll have a job before Christmas. You just really have to be diligent on it. Your new job is to find a job, to update your resume. And there are services in the community. Like when you first get laid off, you can go to the unemployment office or get those services, and they'll help you update your resume immediately. So again, update your resume and brag about yourself. Like, if you don't brag on yourself, who else is going to brag on you? So make your resume reflective of what you did. Worked on multiple projects, increase revenue, increase the efficiency of blah, blah, blah. Like, I do all that stuff. Like, I created a system where we do A, B, and C instead of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L. So, you know what I'm saying? Show how you made a difference in your previous employment. But I do feel like it's a weight lifted from the environment that you were in, but still a little bit of dis-ease because you don't have any income coming in right now. But definitely, this is a setup, and you will be employed again before Christmas. Definitely.
One thing I can add, Jen, this is for everybody, not just you. I was a legal recruiter for a while. And the one thing that we saw more often than not, I recruited attorneys. That was my job. But our office, we had members in our office who recruited legal staff. And that is like paralegals and secretaries and all these other things. And the one thing I would tell you that you tend to forget about, and you need to pay attention in this day and age specifically, is if you are out, then one of the very first things you need to do if you're on social media is get on social media and scrub your social media. Get on there and find out anything that can be offensive, anything that can turn an employer off, anything that you may have said even offhand as a quip that could be seen by somebody else and could send them through the roof. Because these days they look at social media. A lot of employers look at social media and they determine, okay, I'm not sure I want this person here. I mean, if you're out there partying every week and you're showing images of all the partying that you do and all this other stuff, again, I'm not telling you have to do it, but what I'm telling you is in this day and age, social media is super important, and employers look to social media to get a feeling of the employee they're interviewing, because they only have you for, if you're in an interview, you may be 20 minutes at most. But they can spend time looking on social media and get to know you better because you answer to them in their interviews what they know you want, what they want to hear. But when they go to your social media page, That's what you want to show. That is your life. That's what you're putting out there. So be
And
careful.
Lord, don't let them look at my social media because they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, this lady is inappropriate." If
Yeah.
anything, just you could deactivate your social media too. And that's why a lot of people separate their personal from their private. Like a lot of people, they don't like some people I work with, you don't get my social media because I don't need you probing and knowing that I had a grand old time over the weekend.
Exactly. And you can
And
make
then
it
I
so
hate
you
such
can,
and such.
yeah, you can lock it down to only friends and nobody else can see it and all those kinds. There are many things you can do, but just make sure you scrub it so where you protect yourself just in case there's something there. And sometimes we don't even know what we've done that can send somebody off, and then we're like, damn, I didn't even think about that because it meant nothing in your circle. So
She said, I was offered a job and they mentioned school and they paid for school. Okay, so that's good if they pay for it because I saw your money going down if you have to pay for her. So if they're gonna pay for it, great. And then she said, I totally appreciated your feedback and your supportive words, but it was something else that she said. They pay for school. I was offered a job and that's what I was going to say. Like I said, you would have a job before Christmas and there you go. But make sure it's what you want. Like, don't just accept it because, oh my gosh, I need a job. Make sure it's what you want. Like at this time, you have a lot of power over what do I want to work remote a couple of days? Do I want to go into the office? Do I want, 6 to 3 or do I want 12 to 8 or do I want this amount of money? Do I want this amount? You know what I'm saying? You can negotiate those things. And so be mindful of that in this season. If your person is really saying that you made an impact, like you said, ask them to give you a recommendation or, have a letter ready for you or some kind of positive or, when they have to call an employer, that's the person that they probably should call. But try to get a letter or something from that person or some kind of praise the show or ask that person, hey, well, is there any other department here that's hiring? You never know. So good luck. But I don't feel like you need it. I definitely feel like you'll be employed again before Christmas.
So next is Jasmine, and Jasmine wants to know if Big is in love with her. BG, I'm sorry, not Big, BG. I was thinking Mr. Big.
And as you said it, I inserted an I in between in there. I inserted an I in there like, oh, it does say big. But no, it isn't.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm just going to go to the pendulum. I don't have the energy. Is BG in love with, I can't even see what that says. 2 love readings back to back. Oh, that's just perfect. Is BG in love with Jasmine? I gotta know, but I gotta not now. Are you guys taking it slow and that it's growing? And you're just hoping that, this feeling that I have is love. I gotta know. Definitely not now. This person does it. But I also gotta not now. So I guess it could grow into that if you want to put up with and this is literally what I heard, if you want to put up with their antics, like consider all the things that you feel, all the red flags. Don't turn red flags pink thinking that that they'll get better when this person appreciates you more or when this person treats you better. So clearly they're showing me red flags, like you see them, but you're I want to be in a relationship that you're like, the red flags are out here, but I don't see them. And so they're saying it could grow into something else, but it could also not get better. So pay attention to those red flags. So know this person I don't get is in love with you currently. But again, the one thing I get is pay attention to the red flags. So that's what I got.
Super. Well, hopefully it helps you. And that was a quick one. Next, we are into who's next? Akina.
If you're wondering if it's true, that's your gut feeling. That's that women's intuition. Go by what he does, not by what he says. People will tell you that they love you all the time. I could tell you I'm the Queen of England. That don't mean that I have any authority over England or any type of situation. I can also tell, there's a lot of things I can tell you, but if my actions don't match it, then don't believe it. And that's why you ask. So again, follow your gut feeling, Miss Jasmine.
Exactly. We love you long time. We love you long time.
Oh, and I don't know if you can see Crystal's comments, but she's on the same page as you, and she's pulling cards, and she says she got a card signifying that he's childish and immature, and that's what I said. Are you going to put up with his antics? So there you go. I love reading, please, Lord help you. Okay. I don't know what you mean by love reading. So the question that I'm going to ask is Jill going to find love in the next 3 months? And I heard a no. You're not going to find love. And I also heard you're too hard on a relationship. You're too hard in a relationship. And then I heard clingy. So are you a person who love bombs somebody, or you're very clingy in a relationship? Because I asked, are you going to be in a relationship in the next 3 months? And I heard no. And then I heard you're hard in a relationship. You're hard on a relationship. So you make it hard for people to move forward with you because you are, I don't feel like you're yourself. You're who these people want you to be. And so I'm getting, just be yourself, relax. That's what I hear. And I got this from Friends. Frankie says, relax. I don't know what movie that was, but I remember him having on a shirt that said, Frankie says, relax. And so they're saying, relax. Don't put so much urgency on a relationship. Just be who you are, and they'll either love you who you are or they won't. You don't have to be who they want you to be, because that's the problem. When you pretend to be something else, then when your real you is fighting to get out and they discover who the real you is, they may not like that person. But if you're honest about who you are in the beginning, then you'll find love. So they're saying relax and be the real you, and don't put so much pressure on it when you first meet them. Just be who you are. That's what I got.
It's Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and there's that song "Relax," which is relax, go through it, when you want to get to it. So yeah, that came to mind. Let's see. The only thing I got is that you're, for lack of a better word, you're a little too you're a little too needy. You want a relationship, and
Clingy,
it's like,
that's the word I got.
yeah, and I'm feeling like there's a child involved, and so for you, it's like you need to give this child a male figure in your world, and that's your thinking, your mindset. But I'm telling you that mindset's not a healthy mindset, because again, you should be wanting a man because you want a man with you, and that you're willing to not take anything less than what you deserve. And I'm afraid that you're in a mindset where you'll take whatever will come at you because you feel you have to settle. So don't settle. Don't settle.
And literally, I said, give me one card to describe it, and I got the heartache.
Mm-hmm.
Like you either just like you're continuously going through heartbreak. You're continuously putting all your efforts in there and putting all your desires and your wishes, which isn't wrong that you are putting your intentions out there, but you're doing it so fast because like they're showing you just clench into them, like you just dig in and you won't let go. And so you're experiencing heartbreak over and over and over again. And they're saying, find your true center, find your true you, and just take it slow. Relax. Frankie says, relax. You need to relax and not think like, because it's kind of like when you meet somebody, it's like, oh, I wonder when we'll be married. Like, oh, what does my last name look like with their last name? Or what does my first name look like with their last name? And then this, and then this, and then this. And so you just take it to the maximum and you overgive and without receiving. So that's how I got it.
Jill, do you have any feedback for us? Because I don't think I haven't seen any.
I didn't get any feedback either.
Yeah.
And then someone else who's Crystal's doing a reading, and she says she gets that you're a little bit defensive sometimes. Okay.
Well, with that said, hopefully that resonates with you, Jill, and we're going to move on. And next in line is whom?
This is the last person? Okay.
Am I going the right way?
Oh, there's one more after this, Kanan?
So do we have What do you got there, Angie? Anything?
I didn't get anything on loved ones who passed away and about in the right direction. You can go first, Don. I'll try to tap in. This is my guy right now. Literally not wanting to answer that question, but I'll let you go first.
Well, I'm just going to do a pendulum on the first question. Am I going in the right way of my life? Okay. Do 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 do. Lord have mercy. Yes. Yes, you are going the right way. So I guess stay the course is a good, it would be the good answer there. You must be going the right way. At least that's what the pendulum is saying.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Is that the last one or is there one more?
One more. Oh, Chills on Radio. I remember reading this name in the very beginning. You have hung in there with us, Chills on. So I hope that you're still here.
Because he's chill or she's chill.
Exactly. Chills on Radio. I like that. Like, do you have a radio set? Like, do you have a live thing that you do online? I just like that. Like, I feel like you might play a lot of good hip hop. I would like to know whatever spirit needs me to know right now. Been feeling super overwhelmed and just need direction. The first thing I heard is one thing at a time. You're looking at everything. So what they're showing me is like they're showing me the 8 of Wands. So a lot of things are coming at you really fast. Like maybe it's job, love, career, that like all these things are coming at you at once. I feel like there's a whole bunch of things coming at you at once. And you're like, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And they're saying one thing at a time. You can't accomplish everything at the same time. You can't drive, fill out an application, text, and cook all at the same time. You can only do one of those things at a time. So that's how you need to decide the order in which you want to do them. What is most important for you? Is it career? Is it family? Is it love? Is it health? And then do those things at one thing at a time. And then your spirit guides are also saying, just ask me, what's my next step? What do I need to do? And in order to accomplish the goals that I have set. And if you don't have any goals, that's your first thing. Set some goals. This is what I want to accomplish by the end of the year, by the end of the week in 2023. So first set your goals. That's what I'm hearing. They're saying if you don't have any goals, set your goals and then ask spirit, what is it? What do I need to do next? Or what is my next step? Or what is my first step in order to reach my goals? So I'm hearing one thing at a time because you're trying to do it all at one time. And then 2, ask, what is it that I need to do? And so that's what I got.
Are you children? Are you involved with jazz? Because I'm hearing jazz music. I'm hearing good quality jazz music, like Ethel Ennis or maybe some B.B. King. B.B. King is more blues. Ethel Ennis is jazz. Ethel is definitely jazz. Are you involved in jazz music? Is that what your forte is? Chill. Chill. Hello, Chill. We're having a delay. Interesting. Okay. If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. Anyway, I was sensing jazz music, and if it's not jazz, then maybe jazz is where he needs to be looking at. I think this
He
is
says I'm a DJ and that's my space, but he hasn't said whether, or she hasn't said. I get a male energy.
I do too. Yeah.
But he hasn't said whether it's jazz or not. And sometimes there's a little bit of a delay
Yeah.
because as I look at the TV, I don't feel like maybe he's gotten up to that question yet. So,
Could be.
no specifically, but I enjoy it. Not specifically on the jazz, but he enjoys it.
And are you from I get you're not here in the States, right? You're someplace offshore. You're is it New Zealand or is it something like that? I don't know. Anyway, interesting. Female. She's female. She says.
Oh, really? I get a very aggressive, not necessarily aggressive, but a strong male energy.
Yeah, I get a
Like
very
they show
ambitious
me,
male energy.
I get a very, and maybe it's that aggressive, that drive, but I get a very strong male energy. I don't get a female presence at all, and that's not a bad thing. That's not to say that
Right.
that's just that's what's leading you right now. That's the energy that we're getting, is that you are very uh powerful, or that you're very strong in that energy, and that's what's leading you, because that's what you need right now.
Well, I must be thinking of somebody else, because she says she's U.S. bound, and I'm getting, again, I was getting something else, so I'm not connected apparently, because I was getting a male energy, a jazz, somebody with jazz, and somebody who was like in New Zealand or something like that. So I'm way off. This energy is not for
I
her.
heard uncle. Do you have an uncle that was into jazz like that? Oh, maybe my brother is coming through. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is your brother deceased? And is there any connection to New Zealand or anything with going overseas? Because sometimes it could be where you wanted to go or what you wanted to do. So, brother, I heard uncle. You said no. So, my good friend is in a jazz band.
Yeah, the one thing about psychic readings when you're getting them is we don't need to reach for the answers. If I don't have I have no problem saying the energy is not meant for you. I will not give you energy that's not meant for you. So again, if the reading did not fit for you, then it was not meant for you. Don't try to tailor it and fix it into a box, because again, you want a good reading. Angie's giving you a much better reading than I, because again, I think she's more connected in it. For me, I'm connecting to somebody else. Maybe somebody's here, but again, I'm getting another energy. So don't try to, when it happens, appreciate the fact that a reader will tell you it definitely was not meant for you then, and they won't fill your head full of BS. That's not what I'm going to do. So again, this energy was not meant for you, and that's a good thing in the sense that we figured it out. Okay, so so no need to make it work or try to fix it, because that's not what I do. When I get a connection, it's for somebody specific. Okay, and so for tonight, unfortunately, I don't have that connection with you. Hopefully Angie does.
I didn't get, I don't even remember what I said. That's Jesus Christ. I remember every single reading, and I don't even remember what I just said. So that literally means that my connection is gone, and that my people are like, go to bed, Angie. So whatever I said for you, that's what I meant, but I am not getting anything else. Oh my God. So I am drained. We are at the 3-hour mark, so that means shut it down and go to bed. But what I'm about to have is one of them low vibrational salads with some ham and some bacon bits and some cheese and cherry tomatoes on it. Angel will fly. That's okay. I love this. I'd rather be drained from helping people and providing people information and healing than, I don't know what else I could be drained. Well, there's a lot of other things I could be drained from, but I enjoyed that this is what I was today. This is why. Lord, I'm leaving. It's going left. It's going left, Don. Totally left.
Thank you, Tina, for coming in and helping us. Thank you, Angie, for being here. And thank you, everybody else, for popping in and being so supportive. Again, you guys make it wonderful for us. You make it possible to let us share our gift and to and also help you guys. But more importantly, you help to bring some sanity to this world from time to time, and we appreciate that very much. Don't forget, Angie and I are offering you Thanksgiving wishes with this commercial. And before we head out,
makes me want a turkey.
Before we head out, if you are on Facebook, please hit this button. And if you don't hit that button, then you'll get this face from both of us.
I love that little one. That is so cute. Because that's how I feel when people tell me no, like, what?
Exactly. And then finally, if you are on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe. And tomorrow morning, Sean and I will be back. Did you notice how full my beard was there? Oh my God, it was like Santa. I was like, holy crap.
Exactly. Listen, when you cut your hair, you get that boyish charm. You know, it's like you kind of take a few years off.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was looking at that going, wow, boy, wow, wow, wow. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks again, Angie. Thanks again, Akina. We enjoyed it very, very much.
It was fun. The energy was great tonight, Don. So
all right. We will talk later this weekend. Adios, everybody.